Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this live stream we are back upside down as always in Hellsweepers. We were a Hellsinger on Monday and now we return to the true Hell game. This one doesn't have rhythm. We're not going to be attracting or catching any worms. However, this is a much more full, much more complete game for a cheaper price. As I've put in the description and in the title, they have added, and they are constantly adding new, more and better things, bug fixes, quality of life, lots and lots to show and do and see in Hellsweeper. And it's one of the only games that I know that you can effectively fight upside down. And let's face it, if we're supposed to be some superhuman demon, then I want to have superhuman agility and abilities. Double jump? I've got quad! So, couple of things to cover because we've just had a new patch in. This update introduces the Katana, which has a lot of features. I haven't even really started playing with it yet. I've just latched onto the things that I like about it. But again, I try and get a level up, a weapon up to full level before I really start seeing what it's capable of. Is it going to be great though? Because hand-to-hand combat in Hellsweeper can be a little bit meh. Well, with the fact that they have added some new difficulties that will help you level up faster, but not so much your weapons. We can do that on normal, which is what I'm going to be showing off tonight. The other thing that we have, if I can find it, is they have now added a toggle for bullet time. Now, when I do my streams, I try and turn a lot of things off. For instance, you can't see a guide for where I'm jumping. I turn that off because I just think it makes the game look a bit cleaner. And I don't really need it because I know where my hands point in and I can jump and dash in those directions. So yeah, it looks a little tidier. The other one is bullet time. I don't use bullet time like this because of that blue aura. Now, there is a way for you to turn that off in the settings, but you actually get slow time when you hold up on the D-pad. Both use your mana in the same way, but the reason why I've always used slow time like this, it makes me able to leap away out of slow time, and it also allows me to leap away in slow time, and I just feel like I have more control of it as well. With the toggle though, that's an interesting one. It actually might make the hand-to-hand combat in this a lot easier, because if you're moving around at a relatively normal speed and they're all in slow motion, well, God help them. Anyway, so what we're doing tonight, we're here to have a look at this. They've just dropped the Katana. Now, that's not to be confused with the Nadachi that's already in the game, or Katana to some. There was already Pride's Katana in the game, which basically, because it's for one of the monsters, it's huge, so it is Nadachi levels of big. The Katana that we have does all the things that you would like. You can slide it out to the half guard. Drawing quick and holding down trigger creates like a blast wave. If you hold trigger when you are on the scabbard, it goes. Sometimes you'll find that you'll do this if you're trying to put it back in. If you hold trigger down on the scabbard, it'll auto lock to go back in, which means that then you can do your and then slide it back in. Again, takes some getting used to. I'm still learning. So we're going to see about getting this bad boy leveled up and then doing some bits and pieces with it, just to show off one of the things that it's capable of. Anyone like Naginatas? I like Naginatas. So you then all of a sudden have an extension on your sword, which kind of solves one of the problems that I've had with hand-to-hand in Hellsweeper, is when you're upside down and flowing and smashing through enemies, you always seem to be just that a hair's breadth away from being able to get them. I've never had much of a problem with the Nadachi in hand-to-hand on melee because it's huge. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let me show you. So that's one of the things that you can do with it. But let me show you something else. And this, I've got to applaud. When I first played it, I thought, that hasn't been implemented very well. But it was just me and not looking at the UI and bits and pieces. So if you have two katanas, out of their scabbards, see these little handle pieces there? If you place them so that the butt of the weapon is against each other and then drop your left hand one, they connect. And look, they have a little string on them as well. Could we? Yes, we could. So we have a fucking bow and arrow device made up of two frickin' swords. And yes, you can still cut with it as well. So you can use that however you like. And yes, you can throw it out there and spin it. So, and that's, again, this is just the tip of the iceberg with this. Fucking baddest ass pimp cane I've ever seen. Only problem is not particularly practical because you have to actually reload it yourself. Yes, it is a fully functioning bow. Hello, history reset. Right, anyway, so tonight's lesson is how to level your weapons up quickly. Because when you first get a weapon, as I have with the katana, when you first get a weapon, it starts at rank 1. The quickest way to level it up is just obviously playing through the game, right? Duh. But one of the things to note is you don't get your level ups for it and your experience accumulated for it until you've hit the boss. When you hit the boss, always come back to the hall so that you can upgrade it. And this way, in your standard sort of sweeps, we're just going to play it on normal so I can show you how quickly you can get the XP up. When you play it in any mode, you will get enough XP by the end of the boss. Maybe not in beginner, but or friendly. Play it on normal. You should get enough XP if you are putting in the techniques and getting your style up to be able to put a level up on a weapon each and every time you rest at the hall after defeating a boss. Now obviously you need to have a lot of souls. One of the things that you can do to help supplement that, if you have a lot of souls, is you can add more loot, more upgrade crystal selections and better reward selections just to give you an easier time. But I'm going to try and play this like you haven't got infinite souls like I kind of have at the moment, and we're just going to play it on normal and we'll try and be as effective as possible. I've got my trusty pistols and a bit of magic, but nothing special. We're going to try and use pistols to begin with, and then yeah, it's going to be blood magic. It's always going to be blood magic. But so we're going to start a new sweep on normal. Oh, and again, so just in case masochistic wasn't hard enough for you, to be honest with you, it's not, but for me anyway, just because masochistic is not hard enough, they've added 2 more difficulty levels. So we now have Infernal and Hellsweeper mode, and these ones increase enemy damage, and they also, what's been added to masochistic, Infernal, and hello Scatman, and Hellsweeper is bullet time is now reduced by 50%. So the speed reduction. So it's still slow, but it's not as slow as it was, and it feels different, but in a good way. So anyway, we're not gonna mess around. Good evening, Miss Vega. We're not gonna mess around with that. I'm gonna show you, just average starting new player, how to correctly level up your shit. I'm probably going to get rid of this. I tell you what, if one thing that Hellsinger is really good at, it's really, really good at getting me in the mood to want to play Hellsweeper. Hellsinger's all well and good, but I do think Hellsweeper does it better. I mean, we're not going to need that. We are. Well, we're not going to need any of this, really. Mana Surge, always a pleasure. I don't need any more jumps. I've got enough. So, but yeah, we'll talk about some Hellsinger as well, because as I said with that, like, I think Hellsinger's a good game. I don't think it'll get the love, care, attention and constant updates that this game gets. This game was a full game when it came out, and it has just come on leaps and bounds from then, but we are going to play around with some of the bits and pieces. We'll just stick to pistols for now. I could do it to a beat. I'm not going to. I still think this is a better game than Hellsinger, and if you really want heavy metal, then you've got lots of heavy metal at home. You've probably got Bluetooth earphones. Play the heavy metal that you want to listen to whilst you sweep hell. It's a simple concept. Oh, do they not need reloading? That might be my settings, actually. 2 seconds. What? That is one of the things I always applaud on this game. I must have turned it off somehow. That is one of the things I always applaud on this game. I must have gun pitch. Just pitch for all guns. No. I swear I was only playing with the pistols the other day. There are some settings for pistol. It's at the bottom of one of these. Quick reload, advanced, sideways. Oh, that's why I've changed it to advanced. Idiot. I knew I'd pressed on something. There we go, much better. Cool, right, so as we know from my videos that I've put out, always clear the immediate area, because it just then leaves less threats for you to deal with. If you can kill all the blue totems, less for you to do. Now what's the mission? Kill 16 enemies. Good stuff. And just for Mr. Vega, I will try not to go upside down quite so much tonight. I'm such a good liar. So good. And it's this that Hellsweeper has in abundance. You want to look cool? This is why I do hands only. No! You want to look cool whilst fighting stuff? And you've got Bluetooth headphones? You come play Hellsweeper. With the setup that I have, I never have to touch the ground. Anyone else? Ooh, you. I mean, that's a lie. I do have to touch the ground eventually. But it's not going to be for some time. I mean, that's a lie. I do have to touch the ground eventually. But it's not going to be there we go. One of the other things as well is putting the toggle slow button on. Not only is it helpful, it also means, because I've had it a few times, where you get stuck in slow motion at the end of a level, and then you're stuck in slow motion until the next level begins, if you can get there, and it just takes ages because you're doing it all in slow motion. With the toggle button on, you can turn it on and turn it off again, and so that bug is, well, it's not fixed, but it's a nice way around it. No gold keys? Come on now. Again, something that I think is sorely lacking from... Damn it, Vega! Oh, damn it! Oh, it's one of my favourite concepts, is that I might be able to have some kind of effect on you. Oh, damn it. I don't even think I've got... I thought I had it set up. No, I might have something else on. I thought I had... Paid violence on, but it looks like I've taken it off for some reason. So quite low, but not too bad. These are the important parts that you want to be doing whilst you're going through. So the most important thing that you want to be doing whilst you're leveling up is trying to get high style. High style means more cash and more souls. More of those means more of experience. I believe that affects weapons. Got no reason to think otherwise. The other thing that we want to do as well is make sure you're carrying the weapon that you want to level. I'm not planning on using the katana during this run. We're going to have a look at it once I've got it up to full level, and I should be able to go through pretty quick. Do put whatever XP bonuses you can onto it at the start of each run, because again, it just guarantees that you'll get there at the end. And then add additional XP ones. You should only really put the XP modifier on to levels that to weapons that obviously you want to level up, because this costs you mana more than anything else as well. So if you're going to start blazing XPs onto things, don't use them. We also then, because none of these are the XP bonus, just in case we do end up drawing our katana by accident, we want to go for something that's either going to reduce mana cost, or at the very least you'll see this one mana cost, this one doesn't, and then this one mana cost. So it's between these two. And because that reduces abilities, we'll just go for that. And what I'm hoping to show you is that just by playing through on normal, going through the, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. Oh, look at this for a bonus. Going through the 5 levels, just normal play, we should be able to put a level up on the katana each and every time. The one thing that I will say that you'll need is other weapons to rely on. I'm just going to use pistols, but remember I've got these up to max, and we will start using blood when I have got it. That's what we... Oh no, I have got paid violence on. Just might not have counted as equipped. Paid violence, a very good trait for unholy if you are leveling up, because this just basically means that if you are dismembering things, i.e. smashing them, you get more money. We like more money. And then souls, I don't need these. Someone else can have them. Right. We will get a little bit of magic on the go in a minute. Oh, I'm going to be doing a lot of that tonight. Thank you, Hellsinger. Yeah, if anybody... maybe I should change jump to A now. But the problem is, jump works a different way in this. So I just have to adapt. Just have to adapt. And of course, as always, if anybody's got any questions about this game or wants anything explained, Telegriz, or anything explained, or any bits and pieces done. Oh, hang on, that doesn't sound good. Slight echo. Yeah, do answer that. Somebody. There shouldn't be. The only thing that could be is... Somebody. There shouldn't be. The only thing that could be is the mute microphone. But again, it's part of the reason why I use this is because it doesn't play my microphone through it. So, nope, I think that's just you, Grizz. Sort your audio out, mate. Don't envy that job, I tell you. Right, we're not going to use unarmed skill, so let's get rid of that. And more of this? Yeah, we don't need fire. Hey, what? This is something that I'm not a particular fan of, funnily enough. Oh, stop it! We want corpse explosion. Got a lot of blood magic. Oh, can you? Huh. I have no idea what that is. Well, like what? Echo of my voice or echo of the gameplay? I have no idea what that is. Well, like what? Echo of my voice or echo of the gameplay? I couldn't even tell you what that is. Oh, we are using pistol. Money's always good. No, it's nothing. Than killing one enemy. Let's put a really long clip on. Is it my voice? Well, yeah. Yeah, but still. In fact, you know what? This might be... Me and Burn Pan were having a conversation earlier. And he said that they changed something with the latest one, so... Well, if it's not too bad, I'll have a listen back to it later on. This is not a... I mean, it's always an important stream when it comes to Hellsweeping, but, you know... Interesting. But there's more than... The only problem is there's more than one person who's got it. Maybe your volume isn't high enough to realise it, Von, potentially. So, there are some very cool upgrades. The Katana will be conjoined with a scabbard with a wakizashi on the end of it. I'll show that off later as well. That makes the Katana into the ultimate pimp blade. So, I'll show some of these things off as we go, but for now, I'm just literally going to keep, every time I get the opportunity, I'm going to stack as many XP bonuses onto this, just to make sure we hit where we want to, as far as... Okay. What, it is echoing, or... I'll have to watch that back and find out what it is. 2 seconds. Let me have a quick look. That's in. I'm not going to hear anything through the mic. I wonder... No. Okay. Right, let me try... Oh, okay, got ya. Let me try this. Is it now? Interesting. Let me... That's the only thing that I can think of as to why my microphone would be doubling up. But that shouldn't be the option, because... that isn't even a thing. But I'll turn it off anyway. How's that now? Is that better? Oh, actually, let's just make sure as well. Yeah, mute audio. Unmute mic audio. Yeah, I think they might have changed something in that. Okay, well, let's carry on with that. See how that sounds. So it shouldn't be that, because as far as my MetaQuest Developer Hub side of things, it's actually got the microphone muted for in-game, so yeah. Nope. And yeah, we'll take that. I don't need the staff. But if you're playing this and you're leveling up, you want to be picking up and storing. And you still hear it. Okay, so it's not that then. Well, that's good to know that it's not that. So that's got to be something to do with MetaQuest Hub. Thank you, everyone. I shall check that out later. So the other thing to note as well is, whilst you are doing a run like this where you are leveling up, anything that you pick up that you are not planning on equipping to your loadout, skip, and it will put that weapon just like in your backpack, I guess, and then you can still put things like experiences gold in it, and you can be getting experience for absolutely every single weapon that you pick up during a run, which is obviously a good idea. I'm being a bit lazy here. What I should do is clear the entire level and come back to these chests. We'll have another mana surge, thank you very much. And we'll have one of those, and again we'll go for the one that doesn't cost us any mana, and if they all do, we'll go for the one that costs us the least. Just in case, it's basically because if I end up drawing it by accident, because it is on my hip, it won't destroy what little mana I have. Ugh. I have to get used to that as well, pressing L3 and R3. That took me some getting used to when I first started playing this. It's not the... It is a bit of a cardinal sin, I think, by developers to put anything important on the old L3 and R3. In fact... Okay. Wonder what that is then. I know, in fact, Indy said that he was having problems with his audio the other night for the stream that he did, and the way he had to do it is he had to separate the audio channels. So maybe it's that, but I did do a test of, and we're saying it's definitely my microphone and nothing else. It's not the game sound, is it? It's just the mic, so... I'll have to have a play around with that later, but I won't do it now. If it's not too bad, then we can live with it. Oh yeah. Again, you're not going to be able to get massive amounts of style on these little soirees, but we're taking the katana as often as we can. Again, none of these are XP. All of them cost mana. So let's go for the least mana intensive one. Again, talking about the whole Hellsinger thing, I would have killed for that in Hellsinger, being able to summon and then hold my weapons. I know the way that that game is done that can't really do that. It would go in with the lore of the character, and I think it would work quite well. But of course, the grips actually control things in that game, which would make it... Well, they'd have to do a remap if they were going to do that. It's such a good system in Hellsweeper as well. I know I don't do it enough when I'm streaming, because I'm usually concentrating on something to show off as a concept or whatnot. But you can... Oop, wrong one. You can quite easily and quite readily... skip that. You can quite easily and quite readily... This one I don't care about, I'll just put XP on, don't need it. Don't need it, I'm not going to be... If it's you playing, pick up absolutely everything, sling it in your backpack, and then when you get more of it, put the XP trait on. But as far as me playing it, it's just something that's going to cost me more time whilst I'm running around trying to do everything. I thought there was one there. So I'll start, like, I don't need to level up my fire magic, but I have got it equipped. Mana Thief is always a good shout. Always as well, and this is especially if you are finding yourself running short of mana in the game, is make sure you are putting mana reductions, and Mana Thief, or Phantom Thief I think it's called, is the main one. Can do a bit of blood magic here. This is one of my techniques for going through the game very quickly. All I'm doing, dropping mana, dropping the blood balls that I can now summon. So blood magic is definitely the strongest in the game. And you could, yes, yeah, you could, but I'm on friendly difficulty. I think there's even less levels, so even I might struggle with getting, when I'm getting all the style points, but at least on normal I think there's just enough levels, even if you do terribly on style, that you would be able to get enough. So that's like half what we need, but these are all extras basically, so it's getting maximum at the end of a level, which is important. Again, I shouldn't be picking these up, it's just wasting time. But again, if you're doing it, pick them all up. Oh, you did do it. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go then. There you go. So you could do it on friendly. I just didn't want to take any chances because I don't think I'm ever, like, shy on it. I didn't even know these could appear in the shop. Interesting. Hello, boys. But yeah, the audio thing is a bit of a concern, and I don't really know what I can do about that. I get the impression that might be an OBS thing. Then I shouldn't I? So the other thing to note as well, whilst you're doing this, if you can go through the game without having to buy anything in the shop, do so, because it saves you spending money, and it's money and souls that could get converted at the end of the level, which ultimately add up to your HP side of things. So I'll leave that. You might need them to be able to get the kind of power level. Well done, Von. You might need it to be able to get the sort of power level that you need to be able to progress. Oh, it's these guys. Okay. So it's levels like these that are worth going for. I should be actually paying attention to what I'm picking. And the reason being is because these ones you can just farm infinitely. And we don't even need to destroy anything here, really. But I am going to go round and take these out whilst we're here. And the reason why these levels are fantastic is it's unlimited enemies. Yeah, extreme. You've seen the other two difficulties, haven't you, boys? Woo! I like what they've done with it. They haven't just, like, it is enemies have more HP and enemies do more damage. You know, it's not more enemies, and I think it's because we're kind of struggling at this point. You know, I can put the game into reduced frames with the amount of enemies and stuff that I can get on screen already. And okay. Yes, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a must if you want to level on anything. But yeah, what was it? Hellsweeper and Infernal. One of the things that I've got to praise the devs Mixed Realms for on that is they haven't just gone. I mean, as I said, it is more HP. And things have more HP and things do more damage, but they've also interfered with the player a little bit and made it so that your slow time isn't as effective, and also projectile speed has gone up, which is again another one of those ones that is a bit lazy. But at least they've done something different and made it so that your slow time isn't as effective, basically. No accuracy stats in this, so nothing to worry about. Hello, you. So what we're going to do here is we'll kill one of those. And this is... So, your easy way to get style points is this. Be upside down. Make sure your finishing shots are substantial. Headshots, limb removal, splatters, explosions, electrifying explosions, or something along those lines. And keep hitting. You don't have to kill, you just have to put a hit on something, and it continues your combo. And if you make a use of slow time and you're jumping, and bear in mind, you can also use your slow time between your kills. The thing is, and for those like Von who can't go upside down or find it nauseous, going upside down gives you, so basically that is +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, and it probably would have timed out by now. If I go up in the air, so if I am airborne, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I mean, hitting his face thing isn't a hit, but you get the idea. So whilst you are shooting normally, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, we all know how to count. If you are airborne whilst you are putting those in, it goes up in 2s. If you are airborne and upside down, it goes up in 4s, and that's another way that you can get it. But as long as I would say you could not go upside down, and just make sure you are always airborne when you are landing your shots, and you'll still do very well on the old style side of things. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of a style hack. Now, because we've got this level and this kind of level, well, not so much this level, but this kind of level, we can basically farm enemies infinitely. And again, there's 2 ways we can do it. We can fire out the old evil hosts. They're great. They'll go and do a job. Whilst they're killing as well, the enemies will be dropping more and more coin and soul. I find this not quite as good because it doesn't do dismemberment kills, just does standard kills. But all I'm doing here, summoning blood magic, drop it, summoning drop, summon drop, summon drop, summon drop. And what it does is it creates these blood ghosts, and they'll just home in on everything and do all the work for me. If enemies get too close to this, it will take them out. So you need to make sure that you stay far away from the ones that are remaining, and then just keep on dropping these bloods. And what you'll find is that they're constantly going out there and constantly hitting enemies, getting into those big groups and bunches, and then just splatting through everything. I think we're down to our last totem now. And by doing this, you're just getting huge amounts of style because you're constantly doing hits. So, yeah, obviously something was too close, but you want to be as far away from the totems as possible, and you can just basically do that infinitely until you think you're in the region of that 60,000. I've had using that on some of the, I mean, this one is pretty big and open, but on some of the more open levels, I think I had 20 million style, and I didn't even spend that long. And what I was doing is, not only was I dropping blood magic, but as it was all homing into enemies, if you make sure you're airborne, you'll get 2 times the style. If you're upside down, you'll get 4 times the style. So you can get insane combos. Oh God, I used the word insane. I'm sorry, everybody. I tried not to over-sensationalize, but I mean, I think that is the correct word used in the correct sense. So, but yeah. Alright, let's crack on, because I'd like to get at least the first chapter finished tonight. No jades? Slacking. But yeah, Hellsinger's a great game. I genuinely don't think it's a patch on this. Really don't. I mean, the argument is, yeah, well, that's all well and good. It can't be a patch on this. These are 2 different kind of games. But for theme and setting, upside down full Palpatine, right? Ooh, I've already got it. Upside down full Palpatine, right? Yeah, but that's how you break it, poise. That's how you break the fucking telly. Right, where's that exit? Where is the exit? Bug, tell me where the exit is. Ah, couldn't see it for looking. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 100,000 style, and I just doing that. And the thing is as well, the things that you want to be getting for blood magic when you, I mean, if you can't summon it like I'm summoning it, this isn't very effective, because you have to get the crystals and turn them in and then smush it in together. No, it can't break, but I pretended that it could. If you are playing normally with blood magic, you don't have the ability to do this, but there is an ability that you can tie to blood magic that then makes it like a summonable magic like everything else. Once you have that, this becomes a very viable strategy for doing pretty much anything in this game, and it gives you huge amounts of style for not a lot of effort. We don't need bow and arrow anymore. Yeah, the smush magic is very good if you don't have the blood magic on summon. Still a little bit of a pain though to grab 2 of those crystals and smash them together. Again, I am after keys. That I want, just to make sure that we get... That's the only thing. I mean, whether it's a leveling up run or just a normal run, that's the only thing that I'll buy is jade keys, because then you can get ahead of the old key thing. No. Doesn't matter if you smash it up or not. I was just trying to play for the reals, poise. That's all it was. So, let us go there and there. Smush magic is great. Let's get another one of those on. We want XP. If we can't find XP, we'll go mana discount. And if we can't find mana discount, we'll go for as low MP as possible. I don't really want to change that, though. So that makes it so that you only get the scabbard with the katana and not the katana itself. Which seems a bit stupid, but it's not. It really isn't. It's really good. Anyway. Let's get mana conduit because it doesn't cost us anything, and mana discount because lightning. What Grism was talking about is when you smush lightning together, you have the ability to Emperor Palpatine it. Problem is, you can't move when you're in Emperor Palpatine mode, or you're not supposed to be able to. But as Grism knows, because he can do it upside down, and as I know as well, if when you land, you hold the jump button and then let go, you will take off. And then, I'll demonstrate. So you've got to wait for the land, tap up on the jump pad, and then you get detached. And then you can go upside down and Emperor Palpatine it as well, which I don't know any games where you can be Emperor Palpatine upside down doing lightning hands. I really don't. Lost on me. I tell you what, I think they've made the slow time in like the normal modes even more forgiving. So, because that felt like it was going on forever. Anyway, right, so we've got another opportunity to get a lot of style here. I've shown you how to do it with the old jump in and going upside down. Now, this is a nice big arena. I'll try and show you what I do with blood magic. This obviously is also, not only is it good, it's also incredibly powerful. And I'll be honest with you, once you've got blood magic to the ability to do this, kind of makes the game on all difficulty levels a bit of a cakewalk. The only problem that I have with doing this upside down is until you get about halfway through your rotation, it works, and then all of a sudden you get to this point where you're not summoning consistently whilst you're upside down. Actually, that's not too bad. But that also allows you to put a lot of blood, but all you do is just keep moving. I'm just going left, down, right, down, left, down, and I'm just doing grab, release, grab, release, grab, release, grab, release, and it's doing the business. I haven't actually put any level ups. On my blood magic at the moment. This is just base blood magic. When you start putting the attachment that allows you to summon more blood ghosts per ball, this goes mental. It's already summoning 3 per hit on the floor, or 2, and you can get it up to like 6, 7 if you don't take Forbidden Knowledge. Nice. That's something that I haven't tried yet. I did see the attachment for the rifle. We'll have a look at that as well. Have you built the katanas into a bow yet, Poise? I'll show you that if you haven't. It's so good. as somebody who comes from a big virtual archery background, yeah, I feel well looked after. I get to take a very much a Demon Slayer katana, and I also have a bow that I don't have to take all anymore. Rifle. Right, we've probably got all the style that we need. You will, again, as I said, you will find that occasionally a bunch of these blood ghosts will go after an enemy that is close to a totem and destroy it. But for the most part, you should be able to get enough stuff. We're actually aiming for 60,000. I'd say we've easily got that by now. And even though, if you get into this rhythm, if you've got an okay amount of mana, even though you can keep hearing that of me running out of mana, I've got just enough to keep casting and dropping because of the amount of mana that I have and the replay rate. And you just do this and walk around, and I'll tell you, you can do any level of difficulty doing this. Look, people just spring out of the ground and get absolutely fucking murked. And that's what you want. That is what you want. They spawn in, they get killed, dead. Hell, I did promise that we'll... I mean, I showed a little bit of it off, but I'll keep doing it through the stream. That's something that seems to be missing from Hellsinger as well, is wall running. And upside down, obviously. How much did we get? 1, 2, 3. Like 5, 6 times more than we needed. And as I said, I haven't even leveled it up yet. Right? Not wrong. Not wrong, boys. Not wrong. Oh, it gets much worse when I start leveling it up, believe you me. Let's get... I try not to waste gold keys on single lock chests anymore. Something that I kind of omitted from the guide that I've done. And the reason being is because a gold key in this would give you 2 rewards, or a medium percentage thing, and you usually have a lot more silvers than you have golds, whereas a gold in a 3 lock would give you 3. So I save it for the 2 and 3 lock rewards. So yeah, boys, check this out. Huh? Huh? It's just 2 ordinary swords. Just 2 ordinary swords. Bam! Bow. There you go. How? Look, I don't think there is anything more metal than combining 2 katanas together, shoving a string there, and then you have a bow, which you can use as a sword. Any of you that are classically trained in the old battleth will be very at home with this bow and arrow. Why don't I get as good a skins as this in IDU? Why? I would kill in IDU for a katana bow. So... But yeah, I'm glad you didn't know about that one, boys. Look at that. We can even set them on fire by running the blades down each other. Does it end there? No, it fucking doesn't. But as I said, I don't think you can put a scabbard on a scabbard. No, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? That'd be stupid. Yeah, of course it would. But nuggy nutter when. So I'll show you, because there is a knack to it. When I first played it, I was like, oh, that's awesome, but it's not very well implemented. So if you have a similar setup to me, what you'll be able to do, so if you've got both of your swords, you can double... I think they've got this permanently now. I think it's set like this for anybody. Double tap trigger and it spins your weapon round into a reverse grip. Then what you want to do is line the bottoms, these 2 gold bits, up with those little slidey bits. So you line them up like that, and then I found for the most consistent results, let go of your offhand one, your left-handed one, and then that attaches there, and you have sword bow. And it's also very effective like that as well, because it's double bladed. So yeah, awesome. Ooh. The only thing I think, if memory serves, and it often doesn't. Yeah. So the only thing that this bow can't do that the regular... Well, I think there's a few things, because... Yeah. So it can't fire multiple arrows, but its arrows just fly straight forever. So that's actually a bit of an advantage on the regular bow. Also, if you hold the trigger down and fire, you get, I think that's an explosive bow, but unlike the normal bow, you can't like convert things to it. Like, that's the way that you want to fire an arrow, though, isn't it? Bam, 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 bam. Anyway. So, yeah. Oh, there's plenty more to show off with the Katana. I've been playing around with it. And there's still going to be loads of stuff that I don't know about it. Keep on not being able to find the exit. Up there. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? I do indeed know that there is a Wakizashi mode. One of the things that's very cool about the Wakizashi mode is that you can then use the little sword, the Wakizashi, and the big sword, the Katana, learning Japanese with Silver Tongue Devil, instead of the Naginata. So you can use the Wakizashi and the Katana, and I think I did it. You can join them together, which then means you only need to summon one. Doing that and pulling the sword out and then doing it again and then pulling the other sword out and then picking them up and swapping around. It's a pain in the ass. Absolute pain in the ass. But yeah, I think the Wakizashi attaches to the bottom, if memory serves, and it makes it look like a slightly shorter bow, but it's the same, I think. Again, I haven't extensively tested it because I figured I could do all of this whilst I'm streaming so that we can see if I can find anything new about it. Because I'm sure there'll be... One of the things that I know they do in this is there's so many features that people don't know about in this game, and I think I'm the only one that shows anything off of anything along those lines. And that's not even like, oh yeah, cool, look at me. Like, the fact that the developers have put all of that in and they're just quite happy to let people find it. And it is a crying shame that this game isn't popular enough to support more people so that more people find stuff. The sheath can be called back. The other ability as well, I'll show you with the blossom side of things. So anybody who's a bit of a weeb like me and likes their Katana play, yeah, definitely. Anybody who is a weeb like me, you can do the opening cut, and depending on how you do the opening cut is how it does the multiple cuts. And then the way the game works is, as you land hits, you land cherry blossoms on your opponent, and then if you sheathe the sword, those cherry blossoms explode. So you can then get up to that point where you are going bam 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 bam, and the enemy then drops dead, which everybody wants. So you can't quite do the whole thing, but you can go ring bam 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 bam, and then they'll drop dead when you sheathe, which is very cool. It's if they hadn't have put it in, I would have asked for it, and I didn't have to. I was talking to one of the developers the other day, and I was like, I've only just really started watching it because my daughter got into Demon Slayer. And I was like, yeah, you guys are massive fans of Demon Slayer, aren't you? I can tell. So, and she was like, is it that obvious? So yeah, goddamn is. Don't even have to work. Just kills them all for me. Especially in these tight rooms. That's all well and good, but when you've got the ability to summon, that is very mana intensive. So unless you've got a good mana build or you are fast with summon, smush, fire, which you can be, you can do this. You can summon, and what I found is if you have just one palm facing up, you can do that and then press both triggers together, and it saves you doing the motions. It saves you going because that costs mana all the time that you're going through those steps, whereas that doesn't cost you as much mana, only the actual summon. And there you go, 43,000 just for dropping a few balls on the floor. And you wouldn't expect to get, especially on this level of difficulty. Ooh, I'll have some extra mana, I think, yes. You wouldn't expect to get a lot of style points on these because there's barely enough enemies and they don't take very many hits. And also my weapons are ridiculously powerful for this level of play. So to be able to still get 3/4 of what you need with blood magic is really, really good. But yeah, so it feels like they've done a little bit of background work on this game as well, and things feel like they've always felt good. This game has always played well, and to my eye, it just looks like things are starting to improve a little bit as far as these background level of detail. Some of the colouring as well as I think might have been changed. It might just be me, but some of it looks like it's been changed so that it doesn't look quite as muddy in the background all the time. Not that it really matters, because when you're in the thick of things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on, as I said, it doesn't matter on Hellsinger, because you're not really paying attention to what's going on in the background. You're paying attention to that fucking rhythm bar. Another thing that I like coming back to this and gets me in the mood to play. There's no consequences to me not hitting things on the beat. Now, I know it is a rhythm game, but still, it's nice to just be able to be OP and fucking let loose, as opposed to being governed by a system. Oop. Paid violence. Always paid violence. The other one that I took there that you might have noticed is Corpse Explosion, and the reason being, I still haven't played with it as much, if I'm honest, boys. It's gonna be a drinky stream tonight. I still haven't played with the hand-to-hand combat as much as I should, and I'll be honest with you, it's because this suffers from the same problem that all games in VR that have hand-to-hand combat suffer from. So it suffers from that problem of, or at least I find, especially with something like the Katana, when you're leaping through the air and you're going up or you're doing that flip, everything just seems to be just out of reach. It's why I like using the Nadachi Pride's Katana, because it's a little bit long and it feels like you can get to them. The one thing that I will have to do though is, now that you can toggle slow time on, that changes things, because now all of a sudden you can get your positioning on them and you can move at full speed while slow time is on without having to hold on to any buttons. The Nuggy Nutters drinking game. The Nuggy Nutters drinking game, live, raw and wriggling on the STD channel. Right, let's get this first boss done, because I feel like I've been talking for ages and we haven't going to get a lot of progress done at this rate. What does that mean? And what that little green, I'm sure I haven't looked at my thing. Does that mean there's one more chest? That's new, I think, potentially. Let's go and have a look around. Don't remember seeing that. Let's see if it changes. No, there's still more to do, and we want to. So again, as I've said, when you get these, I'll probably just try and quicken things up a little bit if we get more of these as we go, because I'm already way too powerful for this level of difficulty. But if you're playing it, I know, right? If you're playing it and you want to level up quickly, No, I think that acronym's fine. Those that say it and appreciate it think it's funny. Those that you try and use it as an insult, well, the joke's on you. I chose Silver Tongue Devil, knowing that it goes down to STD, so that the trolls are given a chance as well, because let's face it, if you're going to troll, the level of intellect isn't going to be amazing now, is it? And I've given them a nice, easy out. I am a giver, not a receiver. You're always... haters are always going to hate. But haters have got to hate too, and they're probably not going to be that intelligent, so I give them an easy shout of it. I give them an easy shake of the stick. Right. Remember when I first started playing roller derby and I didn't really know the kind of crowd and what sort of thing it was, and I was like, I'll just play it safe. I don't know if people appreciate if I... Because, you know, everyone always uses the acronyms. So I was Silver Tongue in roller derby. I didn't add the devil on. I wanted to, but Silver Tongue kind of stuck and I didn't want to go changing my handle. It was bad enough giving myself a handle as opposed to being given one. And yeah, if I'd have known what I know about the roller derby crowd now, I really wish I'd gone as because I would have been announced as STD and people would have fucking loved it. And I even had it ready as well. I had it all ready. It's like, roller derby name, and you went with STD. Why? Because I'm fucking nasty. That's why. And turns out I am pretty nasty when it comes to roller derby, so there you go. But yeah, I went with Silver Tongue in the end for that. We'll just grab that one so we can make this as quick as possible. So what I was saying there is I went for corpse explosion. Part of the reason being is you'll notice how I'm not having to pick up bodies and slam them into walls to get my paid violence trait going. And also in this game, because we are playing on a mobile phone headset, just reminders, bodies don't stay as long as it would be nice for them to do. And so whilst you are in combat, if those corpses are exploding, they're creating you more coin and more souls. If they are just left on the ground and you smash them into walls at the end, I guarantee you there will be a lot of bodies that'll have just disappeared to make way for more enemies coming in. So by getting corpse explosion, it's one of the things that I wanted to cover within the tips and tricks video that I did, but by making sure that you get corpse explosion, corpses automatically explode after 3 seconds. And what's an explosion? It's a kind of dismemberment. And what does paid violence pay for? Dismemberment. Alright, come on, let's quicken this up. Let's put one of them there. I've got all the keys I need now. One of them there. Right, that's enough now. I'm not going to get any more chests. I did want to kind of check that out, though. See if that's actually a thing. Phantom Thief, always a pleasure. 5-finger discount, yes please. And Red Valentine. Now, normally... Oh no, it hasn't offered me it yet. Fair enough. And I might not take it. Normally, take Red Valentine every time you're offered it. More blood ghosts. Look at that. 5 now from 1 cast. And you've already seen what 2 and 3 was capable of. Normally you want to take them because it then allows you to level up your evil hosts, which are your blood ball guys. No, that is another good point as well. I mean, to be fair, if you've got I don't need that. I don't need that as well. Quest 3's on the horizon though, but yeah, you're quite right, it doesn't cost mana. To be fair, when you're going around through when you're going through the levitation skills, it's more, I get what you're saying, it's more to do with the convenience thing, because having to go through the room and pick up every corpse and mash it into the wall, because it's not worth much cash or souls, but it is worth some, and if you get paid violence up, it's worth a decent amount. Having to go around and pick them all up and throw them into the walls is a chore, but you can make it so that levitate costs you no mana. So mana isn't really an issue, but then you don't even need levitate if you've got corpse explosion. And again, as you say, it doesn't take any mana. We're not going to bother with the trial of luck. Let's just get out of here. Let's go and face off against the boss. Can't remember where it was. I don't care what exit I take now. I'm just going to take the next one. Again, as I've said previously, never, ever take the purple or the red exit, because there's always a yellow exit in these vaults, or I always call them vaults because that's what they were originally, these infinite corridors. There's always a yellow exit. Always take the yellow exit because you want to have a look at the shop. But I'm trying to keep things progressing because I'd like to get that katana leveled up to top boy status tonight. You can look at this to find out exactly what boss you are facing, because that won't tell you. That'll just say that you've got an ascended sin on the horizon. You can, when you're familiar with the game as well, tell what it is by the element. If it's lightning, it's deceit. If it is ice, it is corruption. And if it is fire, it is savagery. Whee! But yeah, you can just grab that and that'll tell you what you're fighting against. I don't know if the new boss has got one, and I also know that Treachery has not got one as well. Don't think I've ever shown Treachery off on the live stream. The only way that I've been able to get Treachery is finding his little mask thing in a chest, and then it makes the next level a fight against Treachery. Always go against Treachery. Nice one, boys. Yeah, go and enjoy yourself. It is good, but one of the other things that I have a bit of a problem with as far as Hellsinger is concerned now is a lot of people in the forums saying what's wrong and saying, you know, adjustments that need to be made, bug fixes and bits and pieces. I do believe that that game is basically going to be a mic drop. It's going to be a, here's your Hellsinger, that's it. Done. Fuck you, basically. I can tell you a company that aren't going to do that anytime soon, and that's Mixed Realms. So, now this will take Deceit down in pretty quick order. I think they home in on him. Yeah. And again, huge combos going on here. If I was to jump up in the air, I missed the flip. If I was to jump up in the air and get the flip off, probably being able to get even more. There you go. I hope the game doesn't turn into a bit of a fucking mic dropping out, but it sounds like it is. There you go. 1/3 of what we needed. It is usually quite difficult to get a decent amount of style off of a boss, unless, of course, you specifically farm the minions, but that can take absolutely ages sometimes. No, and reflected damage taken back to... Yeah, alright, fine. So, where's our katana? Yeah, nice one, boys. There's our katana. You can see, I was never able to show this off in my videos. You can see there is an arrow there. What does that arrow mean? That means that that is ready for a level up. If we don't level it up immediately, every single thing that we do that would gain any experience for this weapon after this point is fucking wasted. So I don't like that in games where you're forced to deal with something right there and then, especially when it doesn't explain that system to you. But that's why you have people like me explaining the system to you. I don't think it's a great system because I don't like the player's work being kind of denied to them because they don't know the system and there's not actually any information other than my own on the system. But basically, with anything that you level up, bar this and your actual level, with anything that has that little arrow, you need to immediately rest that hall. And the reason being is because your weapon is ready for a level up and it will not get any more experience until you have leveled it up. So if we go to the katana, oops, If we go to the katana, rank up, and you'll see that this bar is full. If we don't press that button and spend the appropriate amount of souls to level it up, then that bar will never go up any further and will stay on level 7. In the beginning of the game, you do have to be careful with what you go after and what you level up, because you won't have enough souls. If you are collecting all sorts of weaponry and leveling it all up, you won't have enough souls to upgrade them all. When you get to my stage where you got more souls and you know what to do with, and a new weapon comes out, then you can just do this. But that's not to say that this still isn't useful. If you are playing it and you are still like with the beginning weapons and leveling stuff up, you want to concentrate on leveling up the one weapon that you are using effectively and is your crutch. For me, it's probably blood magic when I got it, and it was definitely the pistol in the beginning and fire magic. Those 3 were mine. Those were the 3 that I got leveled up as quickly as possible. Well, yeah, I mean, you say that, Von, but I've got... I mean, I'll give you some of mine if you like. I've got like 18,000. And that's after buying all the cosmetics, and I think I've bought all the different colours for all the different weapons as well. Something to note as well, because again, there are cosmetics in here. They're not great. They're not like different scabbards and different various bits and pieces. But some of them are quite cool. Like, you'll see that my katana has white, and I think it has purple on the scabbard. No, red on the scabbard, and then I don't know. Oh, I think the purple is the line that it draws when you point at things, maybe? Don't know. Oh, that was the ability that Poise was talking about. You can hold and summon the sheath back onto the weapon. So, a couple of things that we can do whilst we're here. Poise, go and play Hellsinger. So, right, well, in that case then I'll show you some things. So obviously you can put weaponry onto it, and let's try what I was talking about earlier. If we put it into this mode, the the twin Oni blades. So, that's where the purple is. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So my wakizashi is what that secondary colour is. I didn't realise that. So, if you have multiple scabbard points, then you can make this into the ultimate pimp cane. Not particularly practical, because you have to reload it, each one individually, but it's still cool as fuck that you can do these things. And then of course you can imbue the scabbard, which then imbues, I think, yeah, imbuing the scabbard imbues both weapons, so that's one use for it as well. And then there's all sorts of things that you can attach to this. I assume you can do the wakizashi. Why you would though? You'd always put the old one on. Let us try what I was talking about earlier as well. So that one and that one, and I think that's part of the reason why they did this. Yeah, because that one hasn't got the attachment on it, but it doesn't need it because there we go, look. And so that wakizashi, I wouldn't use the wakizashi, I'd always use the katana, but at least that now serves a purpose. Instead of having to summon 2 of these, draw the sword, put that to one side, and then draw that sword and put that to one side, and then drop everything and pick everything up and then spin that round and then attach, we can go 1 out, 2 out. I mean, it's not much quicker, but it's nice to not have to summon 2, and then we have the bow again. Lovely. Perfect. I'm gonna have to start playing around with that, but again, I like to max level everything before I start properly playing with it, because I might miss things during the play feature. So yeah, died through a fumble. Exactly. Right, a little wet water, and then we go from there. Right. So I'll do less explaining now. We're going to try and go through this reasonably quickly, because I want the katana at top level tonight, so I can actually start basically messing around with it. It's going to be like one of my testing streams that I used to do on the old, that bow and arrow game that we used to play. Can't remember what it's called anymore. It's been so long. And one. It's glorious. It really is. All I'm doing is playing the bongos of blood magic. And look. Now there is going to be a little. This is how you slow the game down, by the way. And it can get much worse than this. And look, all the work being done for me. This is why one of the first things that you need to level up as soon as you have the ability to get it is blood magic. You can only equip blood magic in this fashion when you have it to the top level. If you don't have it to the top level, you can still get this ability. It's called Devil's Trigger as well, I might add. The ability to cast blood magic like it's any other magic, instead of having to do what we would usually do and pick one of those crystals up and then mush it. We can just cast it straight off the back. It's very expensive, very mana intensive, but with good reason. It's the most powerful shit going. It really is. And again, if I can cast a load of these and then go upside down, all of those extra hits that are being done will all see ya. All of those hits that are being done are all going to be ×4, and it's by doing this is how I'm able to get into the millions as far as style is concerned. Yeah, they have definitely made slow time even more grace. You do find casting magic whilst you're upside down can usually be, or any of the gesture-based stuff can be, a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's better than it has been. Much better than it has been. One of the things that you may or may not have realised is, if you have magic upside down and then smush, it auto-cancels your slow time and flips you the right way up. I kind of like the idea of firing big fireballs in slow time upside down, but again, it is a little bit powerful if you can be upside down constantly firing those huge fireballs, because they don't cost a lot of mana. Anyway, I spend a couple of minutes doing this just so I can show you the style sort of thing that it gets. Try and do a bit of upside down whilst everything's doing there. Look, it's glorious. Glorious. Glorious, I tell you. And then again, as you can probably imagine as well, these enemies are normal. This blood magic is strong. And if you are playing this on a higher difficulty, these enemies take even more hits, and you're more likely to come across more ice variants, and they have even tougher defenses, which means they can take even more hits. And it's all those hits and all those bits and pieces of combo. The kills that they do are just standard kills. It's another thing that you'll see as well. I turn all the UI off so that you haven't got all the combo and style stuff flashing up in your face, and I've kind of got used to it now. I'm resigned to the fact that I know how much work I need to do to get enough XP to finish a level with maximum style. I mean, I know when I've got more than enough at the very least. I wouldn't be able to count it exactly. But let's finish these off. can't do this in Hellsinger. Ow. Fucker. Oh, the one thing I will say is, it does feel like you should be able to do this in Hellsinger, though. You spend so much time in the air. I do wish you could do more whilst you're there. So, there you go. And I've put some time in to... I've put some time into unlocking the secrets of that game. I might play on the leaderboard yet. I haven't decided. It's another time investment for no real accolade. And unfortunately as well, if that game goes in the direction that I think it's going to be, it's going to be popular for a couple of weeks and then just dissolve into the obscurity of everybody's, you know, quest library, then what's the point of being on a leaderboard for something that nobody plays? Or a select few play? That's also a tall order when it comes to trying to beat those people, because there will be a select few that will keep all the information to themselves. And yeah. And the thing is, even if I do go and bust all of that open, who have I got to share it with? Nobody will be playing it by that point, so... But it's still cool to watch. One of the things, if anybody has got it and is planning on streaming it, one of the things you'll be very happy to know is all of the Two Feathers tracks and all of the boss music will not get you copyright struck. Which they have said in various interviews in the game description that, you know, we hear you content creators and video DJs, they were talking to me, that, you know, you don't want... You know, they basically turned off all of the copyright grabbing when it comes to music. So it means that the 5, 10, 15 pence that I make per live stream is safe. No one can have it, not even those greedy music companies. Well, there's one. There you go. So if you ever see that, the token of betrayal will allow you to fight treachery on your next level, and it's worth taking. It's not a particularly difficult battle, and you get a guaranteed blessing from it as well. And blessings are good. Blessings are very good. Right, let's go and see how we did on style before we move along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost 1 million points in style. I mean, I don't know about you, but it's not as stylish as some of the things that I usually do, but it is easy. Very, very easy. Keep on pushing into this. Again, I have got a decent amount of XP bonuses on here, and that's just force of habit. If you're not using the weapon and it's either in your backpack or you're trying to level it, just put XP on it, because there's nothing else you can do with it really. And then if you don't get offered XP, put the things on that don't cost you any additional mana, and that's more to do with if you summon it by accident. Right then. Challenge is cool. So yeah. Betrayal is what it's the mark of. Treachery doesn't have an elemental variant. I think he should, though, because he's quite an easy boss. One of the other things that you can do with blood magic is you can prep for the boss. Now we begin. We shall begin on my terms. I've got so much shields at this point as well. It's not even going to matter. The one time to not use this tactic. I'm sure somebody in the chat could tell me which boss not to use that technique on. He's big, he's armoured, he's fast and he's angry. But yeah, again, you'll struggle to get a lot of style on him, but this is how you get the broom from the game as well, by beating treachery. And then as you can see there, guaranteed one of those, and they are rubbish. This one's bad for us. We don't want to increase our power because we want to get as many hits as possible. Savage indeed, that is correct, Vom. Yeah, we have to. That's the one reason why I don't like this, because you don't need to level up the broom. It has no leveling up, yet you have to take it. The other thing to remember as well, the more you take, the more variety you will be offered in the rewards. And so sometimes it can be better to leave certain things that you either don't need to level up or don't want to level up yet, whilst you concentrate on the ones that you do. Oh, that was the other thing that was added as well, and me and Von are hopefully going to be able to show this game off at some point in the future. As far as the cooperative is concerned, they have added a sexy new female avatar to the game as well. It's actually the same avatar or variation on that was used in the spiritual prequel to this game, or this is the spiritual successor to the older game, which is called Sairento, or Sairento, as I heard it pronounced differently the other day. I think it might actually be Sairento, but I've called it Sairento for so long now. And before that, I used to call it Sairento, which, yeah, because it looked similar to Sacramento. Anyway, but yeah, nice new female avatar for the ladies. I heard it pronounced in Japanese the other day, and it's Sairento. And that is, I mean, to be fair, now that I've heard it in Japanese, I'm kind of like, yeah, it should be Sai in English as well, because I know what a Sai is and how that's pronounced. Oh, now this one is a timed event. This one we do want to be, I mean, we want to be using this technique in everything, because we want to be killing things as quickly as possible. The other thing to note, though, the one drawback that these blood ghosts have is they don't have a big area of effect. So hello K2, you need to get close to the enemies or have the enemies coming towards you for them to be at their most effective. Hello, hi Mel, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's one of the things that I said to the devs as well, because obviously I've been chatting to them quite a lot whilst I was doing all the videos for them and in their employ. And, you know, it wasn't my idea, and they already had the model as well. But I remember you mentioning it, and I've said it before. But it seems like an easy win to me, you know. Like, in Sairento, you had to play as a lady, and there was no male option. And yeah, I don't know, man, being able to look down and you have a set of breasts, that's all well and good, but I don't need that. But yeah, it has been a while. This the other thing to note as well, so you know, Mel, part of the reason why I'm playing it is we have a sexy new weapon in the game in the form of the Katana. The fact that they've put that noise in as well, I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah. Yep. That's the noise. But yeah, we have a new proper katana as opposed to Pride's katana, which is basically an adachi, and it has some awesome uses. So, like, we can make a naginata or a naginata, one of the two. It's really good. Sairento's a very, very good game. I played that recently, actually, and it still holds up. Hello, Beavis. I think the only problem, I'd even go as far as to say that Sairento, that hasn't been updated since the Quest 2 days, is probably looking, it's not better graphically than this, but it's definitely got it's similar in its graphics, but it's got a design and style that has that cleanness to it. This is not clean. I mean, look at the blood and the guts and the huge hearts and all this, and it all looks, it has that kind of look to it, is that it's a murky hell, and it's a great art style. It's just that clean, futuristic-y, cyberpunk-y thing. It does suit the graphics quality of this style or what they can squeeze out of the Quest 2 better, I think, than this does. But again, can't complain too much anymore. They're getting better with this. I feel like they've optimized it in the last outing. Right, next level. There you go. 750,000 for what? Doing that. Happy days. Blood magic. Blood magic, best magic. Changed my mind. So some of the look at that. So some of the magic has got a little bit of new effects to it. I don't think they've changed too much with the fireball. I mean, you can't really with a fireball. Still, it's a fireball, isn't it? But the electricity's got some additional lines around it and just looks even more electricity. And I've always liked the fact that, you know, electricity sparking and buzzing, and that your fingers are absolutely going for it, like fucking spiders on your hand, or spider legs. Your fingers are absolutely going for it, trying to containing the electric. Alright, let's get out of here. Hey, you're quite right, Vega. I thought I turned that off, and obviously I must have pressed it. It's one of the reasons why. But yeah, that should be gone now. But as you said, it wasn't too loud, so it didn't matter too much. Task are we on? Ooh, timing. Yeah, well done, Vega. Thing is, right, so I think I've said to you guys before, part of the reason why I like to put a channel a trailer on for my live streams is because A, thank you, Von, I'll do that in a minute. A, why wouldn't I, to be able to show the game off a little bit before I actually stream it, especially with Hellsweeper as well. I fucking love the game advert that they did for Hellsweeper. The music is so good and the action is so great. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to mute YouTube before I come on. Otherwise, I have to wait for my stream to start and then mute YouTube. And I thought I'd done that, so well done, Vega. Solving old issues because I can't press the right button. What would I do? See, I always say how interesting and intricate a part of chat is within my streams. I always say it, always. I know I've kind of demoted you lot to having a little shitty thing in the top right hand corner, but we've got a bigger screen now. Something's got to give. Can't be me and my voice now, come on. Jamie for the win, isn't it though? Isn't it though? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 million, that was. What would I do without my regulars? Well, wouldn't have a fucking channel for starters. No, thank you everybody. That was definitely it. If you could give me the solutions a little bit faster next time, Vega. But as you said, you know, I would have probably put more time into it if it was actually bothering anyone. You said it was that unnoticeable that it didn't matter too much. So it's going to drive me bonkers now watching this back with double. One of my voices enough, so it can't have been that loud. Anyway, yeah, we'll edit all that out later. Flamethrower will unleash an attack. Oh yeah, oh, they've changed the graphic and the name for that now, and now it's a legendary skill. I still don't think it's worth. So what that one does, oh, that's why, because you need 2 of those to get it. What that one does is allows you to flamethrower. Oh, it doesn't happen until the next level. That's a good point to note as well. Any features that you get through, because you might like unlock one of these chests at the start of a level, and then take something that you think and might be like, oh, that hasn't gone on, because as you can see with my fireballs, that's still a single stream as opposed to a dual stream that we now have. That's always been a very good... That has got to be one of the best flamethrowers I've seen in VR. Done, or not in VR, but on standalone. Very good effect. That one looks very convincing. More paid violence. But yeah, all of these things don't take effect until the next level starts. Could be worse. It could be none of these things take effect until you end the run and start a new one, a la fucking IDU again. Alright, that's just that. And battery check. Actually do one tonight. Very good. Pre-stream check. I nearly always... Did I mute YouTube? See, right, do you know what it is as well? I don't even... It's a force of habit. I used to have YouTube up to make sure that there was people in the stream, because I've got no way, obviously, in the headset or anything along those lines, of telling if anyone's here yet. And, you know I do like to talk a lot, but I'd rather be talking to people as opposed to nobody. So I kind of used to leave YouTube up so that I had a number to say, like, there's 2 people watching, 3 people watching, or what have you. But I can now get that on my phone, on my little chat thing. Like, for instance, I know there's 11 of you, or somewhere, but I think that one's quite delayed as well, so it might be less. So... the thing is, I used to have a little book as well, Vega. I used to have a little book. All my little pre-stream checks. You know, I've got a... my pre-stream checks now is I have to turn the noise cancellation off on my microphone, or the noise cancellation tool that I have on my microphone. Thankfully, it doesn't block me out. I have to turn that off and back on again so that I don't get robot voice. I found that that was what was giving me robot voice when I turned my microphone on for the first time. So I've added that. I also have to make sure that I change my phone so that the screen never turns off. No, don't worry about it. No, it's cool. No, it's not that. To be fair, everyone reported it. They just said, yeah, it's okay. We can barely hear it, so it was fine. If it had been, like, you know, really bad, because I know those YouTube ones can be. Thankfully, I had the volume down really low. Oh, I'm definitely on the, yeah, Amstrad and Amiga spectrum. Possibly. Thing is, though, in this topsy-turvy, crazy world, well, my daughter she's on the very light end of it, but she's autistic. And the explanation that was given to me when we went all to these parent evening things about autism and everything, and it was the worst explanation I've ever heard, because I'll give you my response. She basically no, it was nothing to do with the power cycling. So, oh no, it isn't turning it off and turning it on again. It's turning the noise suppression feature off to a different one and then putting it back on. Basically, I narrowed it down to just that. Anyway, on the autism thing, long and short of it is the lady that was there was telling me, oh, yeah, well, the thing with autism is it just means that your brain's wired differently and you just think about things differently. And I was like, haven't you just described everybody? Because nobody's the same as everybody else. And yeah, just, I don't know. So, but yeah, neurotypical and what was the other one? Non-neurotypical. Everybody's non-neurotypical. What is normal? Somebody point at normal, please. Although, you know, one of the things that I was hoping for, because, you know, it was picked up when it was quite at an early age. Reduce health and mana, but increase damage. No, we don't want that. I don't want to lose my jumps either. You know, I didn't understand anything neurodivergent. That's it. Neurotypical. To be fair, divergent is a very cool word, but I also like non as well. Non-conformist. Non-vocal. Non. But yeah, my daughter got diagnosed when she was, I think she would have been about 4, and of course I had no experience in it. So my first thoughts, and you know, it's typical bloke stuff. Cool, right? There's a problem. Let's see, how do we fix that? How do we fix that problem? And obviously I was educated along the lines of, well, you can't fix it. And I was like, no, you can fix everything. Surely you can fix it. And like, no, it doesn't work like that. You can't fix it. And I was like, are you sure? Because all you're saying is that she just thinks differently to others. And, you know, over the years I've realised it just means that she does things differently. The one thing that I have to do with my daughter, because she is so laid back and easygoing, that like, as far as punishing her is concerned, I've learned that I just have to be very harsh. I'm a parent who always follows through on my promises or threats with action. You have to when you're parenting. I think it's the number one thing. And all I found with Erica is, if I was like, cool, yeah, no worries, today, if you do X, Y, and Z, we won't be going to the park. She wouldn't be happy about that, but it didn't really bother her either. So I have to go for things more like, yeah, if you don't wash that cup, I will take your tablet off of you for the week. Because that gets through, because that is, and you know, I don't hate myself. I feel like I'm being overly nasty at times, but I've learned that that's what she responds to. That's how I get results out of her, and it's made her better for it. Bigger, better, faster, stronger. There's a song in there somewhere. But again, you know, she's getting older now, so things are changing there as well. So she understands more. She's actually good as gold as well. It's just, it would be very rare I have to discipline her. It's the other ones that don't have labels. Stimming. Oh dear. Yeah, my daughter's stimming is she has conversations with the TV, and I'm usually like, shut up. Oh, I don't say shut up, I just shout her name, and she's like, yeah. It's like, the television isn't going to talk back. Sorry. I don't know where she gets the talkative side of things from. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't an inanimate object. But anyway, right, second boss. We're actually cracking on a little bit here now. See if we can get this finished within the 3 hours, and then we'll go and have a proper play around with the katana once I've shown you how to proper level it up. That is savagery. So yeah, the reason why, if you are powerful enough, you can kind of get away with this, but I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you're on a lower difficulty and you have got a lot of power in your magic. Yeah, it is savagery. So, don't do this. Ooh, 2 savageries. Yeah, I mean, that's all part of it. Everybody wants to fit in, and, you know, it's the one thing that I was kind of against when I first found out about, or we first found out about Erica's diagnosis, is, yeah, but I don't want my kid to have a label because I don't want it to become a crutch. And then it was obviously explained to me, yeah, well, if she doesn't have that label, she won't get the help that she needs. Our daughter didn't know she was autistic. I still don't even think she understands the gravity of it. We've kind of not kept it a secret from her, but I never want to give her a crutch. I never want to give her an excuse. And, you know, most people are like that. Like, I didn't know Von was autistic. So, there you go. She hides it so well. I just thought she was a little eccentric and a little Dutch. We'll flip burgers. Cool. So, what do we know? We've gone through. We'll have enough experience to get the next level up. And as we can see, rank up your skills at the hall. So we then want to rest at hall because we'll be able to get another level up on this. I think I might need one more. So note what I'm doing here. After the boss, that's when you get your experience. That's when you get your level ups. That's when you return. Go on to this, inspect, rank up. I have timed it well. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. So there's only one left. I didn't notice that before as well. When you drop a thing and do the upgrade, it actually sucks all of your souls. And a little portal comes up here and sucks them all up. Lovely. Can't do it now. That one. That noise. But yeah, we're almost at maximum. Waves. This is one of those levels where there is no boundary. So, but you still, it's very important to make things nice and easy for yourself. Don't move. Shoot all the blue. Yeah, nice one, Poise. I tell you what as well, Poise, because I won't speak to you until Saturday. Do let me know what your impressions of hell, it's so forgettable. Hellsinger, that's the one. Do let me know what your impressions of Hellsinger are the more you play it, because I went through a period of I didn't like it to begin with. I started to like it when I streamed it, and now I don't know, my it's kind of leveling out a little bit as to what I think of it. So, and there's, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be all good news, but there you go. Anyway, I don't know, I hope that game gets support and it doesn't just get fucking dropped. I don't know any other VR games that the company that made the game did, but more importantly, the ones that ported it have done. And I get the impression, I'll still stand by what I said previously. The worst part about that game is it feels like the porting team don't play VR games. One of the things I am going to try and do, this is going to sound like such a flip-flop as well though, I am going to try and get some keys for it if possible, so we can do a little bit of a giveaway, because that game is heinously expensive. And if I can get it for free for some of you, well, I'm sure that's not a bad thing. And I'm also going to try and get hold of the DLC. I don't care about the tracks. I want to try the weapons. One of the things that is also annoying as well, and this is kind of what I want to test, I'm doing okay in the leaderboards, having not put a lot of effort in. I believe the DLC weapons basically what the people high up in the leaderboards are using, because I don't fully understand the scoring system in it, but I'm getting there, and I know how those DLC weaponry work. And I'm not talking about, apparently the bow is amazing on the flat screen version. However, it's the machine gun that is the one that gets you the scoring done, or burst cannon as it is, and it's for the simple reason that that game almost kind of works on this sort of basis. It's different, obviously, but the more hits you get, the higher streak you get. The higher streak you get, the more powerful you become, and more importantly, the faster you can destroy things and the more score you get. So Wasn't particularly happy about that, looking at the leaderboards going, I'm doing okay, and I'm not even really trying yet. Oh, they're all DLC weapons. Yeah, cheers, Mel. Cheers, Mel. See you later. And we want XP. So, again, I don't think I will have needed many of those XPs. You might not have needed any at all, really. But if you've got them, put them on, because it just guarantees you that you'll be able to get a level up each time you finish a boss and rest at Hall. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 2 million. 2 million style points. And what am I doing? I'm just dropping balls. Simples. Just dropping balls to level up. STD 2040. 2040? 2024. Oh, look. Got another one. Don't really want vaults now. We're too powerful already. Have some more keys, though. Right, so now I'm going to go completely against my advice, because, again, we're way too powerful, and I'm just going to try and rush through the last bits. Because we've got to the point now where we've got so much money and so many skills and advances that just doing the levels should be enough for us to get the level ups for our weapons. There you go, there's the shop. That was heinous. Ugh. Makes me feel disgusting inside. Never do what I just did unless you're at this stage where you're just leveling up. Oh yeah, they've added some more pretty to it. Don't think they've added anything to the blood magic, but maybe there's another ring emanating off of it. I couldn't see anything more on the fire magic because it's always kind of looked like that. Maybe there's a little bit more glow to the center, but I don't know. Although it's probably my least used magic, it's one of my favorites. It's my least used because blood magic, and just those extra sparks and all that shit going on with the probably the best looking magic just looks even better. And that's already that's impressive anyway. So, but yeah. Right, that's all for that. Yeah, I haven't checked dice, but I'd imagine they won't have changed much on that. Again, I've always thought, in this game especially, the weapons look fucking great. The level of detail on them is absolutely fantastic, and they've done such a good job of the katana as well. Really good job. And I like that as well. When you pull it out, you can pull it out halfway, and it won't come unless you snap it out, as it should be. And then, for those of you who might be struggling, I think it's with either. Yes, it is. So, if you try and put the sword back into the scabbard, well, that's quite a difficult maneuver, even if you could do it, because sword long, scabbard long, and hard, right? If you hold the trigger on the scabbard or on the sword, it auto aims into the scabbard. That could have been a real problem if they haven't done that. Oh, also, just because you haven't seen it yet, Kim, check out what they did for me. Silver Tongue Devil got a thing. Huh? Why? If my last bow that I got in... If the last bow that I got in Death Unchained for Nuggy Nutters for the getting that legend rank 10 or 11 or whatever it was this, I might actually still be playing IDU. But look at that, how fucking awesome is that? And the other thing as well is although it is just a bow made of swords, I mean, I can't believe I just said that. It's just a bow. It's just a bow made of swords. So you can also use it as a bit of a batleth kind of affair. I mean, it's the wrong way, but you know, double-edged, and it spins nice too. But yeah, very, very cool. There's loads of other things that we can do with the katana, but as I said, I want to level it up properly first before we go and have a play, and I want to get it to maximum level just so I can have a look through the traits and show it off, and maybe we'll find some things that we didn't know about it. Like, here's the thing that I don't think a lot of people know about this game, because I've never said it either. It's hard to do when you throw it up that high. Shooting the fireballs actually makes them do stuff. Like, that's one of the things that I don't like about the little fireballs. The little fireballs, as I've said previously, are a bit crap. Yeah, you can get them to home, but they don't do a lot of damage. And you end up having to do this throw, and yeah, it's a bit underwhelming. But if you throw them up in the air and shoot them, they explode quite a lot, and they also shower the bullets around the general area as well. Same with blood magic. I think it does the same, yeah. If you do that, you get even more blood ghosts. And it also, if you see those bullets, they're red. It might not be more blood ghosts. That might just be to do with the magic. Oh, look at those. Hang on. No, that's you. That's her doing that, not me. Yeah, so it doesn't do much with the blood magic. With ice, it does like an ice shower that can freeze enemies. What does it do with lightning? I can never remember these things because I never use them. There you go, look at that. Fucking blast on. That's what I wanted these balls to do when you just threw them at enemies. They always seem a little bit underwhelming. Actually, lightning's one of the best ones. Lightning, you can kind of do this. And just drop them around you like I was doing with blood magic. And that chain effect is fucking cool. But... damn it. Yeah, brilliant. Look at that. And yeah, the bullets hit... ow! The bullets that hit then have additional effects as well, so they then become lightning bullets as well as the other bits, and then they have quite a big explosive radius as well. And as I said, ice does the same. And then I think the other one that, again, it's not well documented, but if you add an element to a weapon, we all know about that it then gets the properties, but if you power that weapon up either before or after by doing a manual reload, or if you have the Liberty skill, putting the weapon over your shoulder or your hip, depending on where you put the bullets, now when you power it up, you get an even tidier effect. You get the same effect, as it happens, as you shooting the ball. And that is a lot stronger. It's worn off now. This is my favourite one for it, is reload, put blood magic on, and now when we shoot anything, it creates those little blood ghosts that I've been raving about. And if you have like a full automatic weapon that has a huge clip, you are better off blood magic, reload. I think you only need, hang on, I think you only need one level. Again, all of these features and facilities that this game has, and I never fucking use them. I don't need them, but let's try that. And then, no, not that, that. Smash. One. Yeah, still does the same with just one level. You don't have to do both levels of reload to get it. And you know what? It's a crying shame. Because this is the sort of game where if it was more popular and there were more people playing it, more and more of this information, because I can only test so much and only find out so much and only do so much, there's still probably stuff in this game that I don't know about. And that's good. That is a good thing. I do like a game. See, the thing is, a game that has at least a healthy amount of the information and things that you can do within the game available to the player immediately is very good. All of this stuff that I'm showing you, they're all nice little niceties. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Still don't know what those do. I think they just heal you, but it does say that it gives you some sort of power. Again, I don't know, and I'm not going to bother finding out because I'm never going to work eating blood crystals into my game. Someone might want to. I thought it might give you like a stat increase or some sort of superpower, but it doesn't, so... I don't really want that. So, this is the only problem with Forbidden Knowledge. Deeper understanding of evil hosts and allows it to stay for longer while we're not using those, and it will consume my blood ghosts. So I'm actually going to avoid that one for a change and get another Red Valentine. And another Red Valentine. So now when we summon 1, we should get 7. That's not going to do it now. Oh, it wouldn't matter anyway. It's not going to update until we go on to the next one. 1, 2, 1. Oh, no, it is. Look. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's weird that. Some do update, some don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough. Mana. Yeah, we like mana. But yeah, loads and loads and loads of little extras and little bits and pieces, and it's all that love that the devs have put into this game. It's one of the things that I've said is when I first started playing this, and I would still maintain as well, the devs are doing too much in this game. This game could have just been gun-based, or just magic-based, or just melee, and we've got it all. Absolutely everything. This is another one of those games that really skews my value perception of things that are on the market. This game is $22.99, and in my humble as always opinion, it is worth every fucking penny. But it is an older game now, so you should be able to get it on discount. It often does go on discount. In comparison to something like Hellsweeper at $24.99, and that's $25 or $30 respectively. I've put hundreds of hours into this game, and there's still more time for me to put in there because there's things to level up, there's more bars, there's more bits and pieces to do. And the thing is, I say that quite nonchalantly as well, there are more bars for me to do and play with and level up, but they're not just bars, they're also things that allow me to play the game a slightly different way. Like for instance, it's going to take me a long time to, well, it isn't. If I put the time in, I'd be able to do it reasonably quickly. But for instance, there are classes in this game. Again, you know, swords, melee, magic, guns. If that wasn't enough variety, classes as well. You know, Hellsweeper's list of features just goes on and on and on. Granted, when it first came out, and I think I'm right here, when it first came out it didn't have multiplayer. When it first came out, I think it was $17.99. I don't think it's always been $22.99. But even then, it had enough features to command that sort of price. I did not have a problem picking this up. In fact, yeah, I think I bought this when it first came out at $18.99. And they've increased the price as they've added more features. Which, yeah, they're more than welcome to do in my regard. And then we get games like Hellsweeper, where it's like, spent 5 minutes on it, yeah, completed it. Oh, well, yeah, but you got the leaderboards. Who fucking cares? No one's going to be playing it in a couple of weeks, most likely. Especially if the devs just decide to do nothing with it. Like for another one is that Shogun. Now I know, you know, Shogun's Empire might be a bit polarizing for some of you. I don't, especially with the way that I'm having to stream it at the moment, it might not be a particularly great watch. And it might not be a particularly great watch because at the end of the day, it's a fucking board game. It's a strategy and tactics game. So, But we've got to try new things, and we've got to show off games, because there are special idiots just like me out there that do like those kind of games. And should do more wall running. It does look cool as fuck. And what was I? Oh yeah, I don't need to kill this many. Let's just drop some blood. And even that game is 5 years old and has been given, you know, this, it's not doing anything special in VR, but as Fee pointed out the other day, it does actually look quite good in VR and suits VR. That game's come out at $14.99. I would not say that that is expensive for the amount of content that's in that bloody game. Are they going to do anything more with that game? That's my only concern with it, is, you know, we're probably not going to see a new units pack or much in the way of plans or DLC or anything along those lines. Because it's a game that's been out, done, dusted, sorted, finished, and been ported. Much like Hellsinger. Hellsinger, that's a problem. Shogun's Empire, not a problem at all. That game's got loads of content in. I've already had my money's worth out of that one, if I'd actually paid for it. Let's get this finished. Haven't been upside down for a hot minute. See, what? Name me a game, okay? In fact, even name me a film or a scene in a book where you can go upside down, dual wielding revolvers, and these ain't no 7 barrels like K2 would have you think. No, these are 16 chambered revolvers, where you can go upside down while shooting demons in hell, releasing one of them to pull a knife out of your fucking hand. In slow motion. You just don't get games like this. You really don't. But yeah, and for anyone wondering, like, well, hang on, why is nobody playing that? I don't think there's not nobody playing it. It's also got cooperative done as well, and the cooperative is everything that you see here, but you've got a friend, and whilst they're jumping around, they create a slow motion bubble around them. So if you can jump around in each other's bubble, anything that enters the bubble goes into slow motion, including shots. It's a very cool way to keep slow motion in a game like this, because you wouldn't want it where if I go into slow motion my partner is, because they might not want to be in slow motion at that time. So, but yeah, got a full 2-player cooperative, and you can do everything that you can do in the single player in the cooperative, other than able to visit the infinite corridors. I keep on wanting to call them vaults. They're not called vaults anymore. Actually, we're almost near the end. I'll start using up my gold keys. Yeah, don't need that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 million. Dropping balls. But yeah, I think part of the reason why this game didn't do very well at start is I just don't think it had a very good launch. I remember the PC VR crowd whining about the graphics, and I think the PSVR 2 that's a bit harsh. I think the PC VR it wasn't that spectacular, and they do like their graphics over on the old PC VR world. And if I remember rightly, on PSVR 2 when it came out, there was a lot of problems, and I think that might have initially hurt a game that could have been really good on the sales front. Anyway, the game is good. But then I've had it since launch, and I've always thought it's a great game. Yeah, actually I do remember that. I got the pre-order bonus on the Pico, because I originally had this game on the Pico, and it was fucking brilliant. To be fair, thinking back then as well, I didn't get it on the Quest. Or did I get it? No, I did buy it on the Quest 2. And yeah, I was happy to see it look even better on the Quest 3. Let's just get out of here. We can just finish up here now. Again, if you're here and you're doing your leveling up, treat every one of these properly and open all the chests and destroy all the totems. And I'm playing for time here. I'm just trying to get through it quick. Because I want to go and have a play with the Katana now that we've got it to big boy level. So yeah, and so by getting a lot of style, you'll naturally get a lot of cash and you'll get a lot of souls. The other thing to note as well, when you get a high enough level on your class, bear in mind you start off on all-rounder, and that's probably the best one to level up initially. When you start leveling up your class, you get additional blessings locked in before a run. That's very important, and the reason being is because you want gilded boots, because it pays for you to harvest, collect, and be miserly with your balance, because it affects the experience system. It also pays to do that because gilded boots, every 300 obels grants you 1 shield. Shields are stupidly powerful in this game. Once you get about, I don't know, probably into the probably a factor of 10 less than that, so into that sort of like 20,000-30,000 region, you'll have so many shields that the enemies can't take your shields down quickly enough. Even and at this stage, even in the big boy top level difficulty, they still can't get through your shields. It's like the viceroys from the Trade Federation in Star Wars. Nothing can get through our shields. I always think of that line when I play Hellsweeper, because nothing can get through our shields. And that makes this corruption. You need to try the magic. Definitely need to try the magic. As I said, I'm going to try and make a point of getting on this with one, because I would like to show the cooperative off, but we just can't at the moment. I mean, the problem is, once we get into a game together, it's usually fine. Ooh, that arm's not, though. Good old Quest Pros. Once we get into a game together, it's fine, but it can take a long time to do that. Yeah, plus as well, it probably would be quite a boring stream for me to stream, because blood magic doesn't work quite as well online either, because it doesn't allow you to have as many assets on screen because there's 2 of you. Ooh, it's red. When it's red, stay away. When it's blue, get close. Oh, really? I didn't even realize it was a bug. I just thought it was something to stop performance tanking, if I'm honest. But yeah, if that's a bug, happy days. Because one of the best ways that I can help somebody play this game is I go in and let them do all the killing to get their style up, and then I can keep them protected with my evil hosts. Evil hosts, the great protectors of friends, in my world anyway. That was rubbish on style. Again, you're always going to struggle with bosses on style unless you really harvest the enemies. Still haven't got all of these because I haven't completed enough runs. So, need to complete more. I think I got them all unlocked. What those are as well, if I had... That's a point. Did I turn it off? Yeah, I did. So part of the reason why you don't get to hear the lady talking to me all about how, you know, my various life and various bits and pieces is because I have turned the voiceover volume off. There is a bug in this game, this guy, and he is constantly getting on my case as to how I'm running out of ammunition and I haven't got enough mana, blah, 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 blah. And I just want to throw him on the floor and step on him. And he's cool and everything, but you know, he can't keep up with the way that I want to play, and I keep on being berated by him, and I don't want to be berated by him because I'm playing it correctly, for god dagnammit. So, yeah. So, thing is, when I first started the game, I wouldn't have taken him out of it. But bear in mind, I've probably put... God. Across this and the Pico, I've probably put about 300 to 500 hours into this game, I would have said. And then, yeah, it probably would be about that if you count all the videos and the research and the bits and pieces that I've done. I've put a lot of time into this game. Why am I still shit at it then, eh? Right? Because I'm old now. That's why. But yeah. Right. Mission accomplished. Inspection, Katana, level up to the max. So now, there you go. See, I never look. It might have always been there. It might have always done that, but I've never looked up and noticed it. And I saw it the other day, and I was like, "That's cool." Anyway, so now we increase the damage of flash speed by 40%. This is why I wanted to get it to top rank. Flash speed is when you do this. Ooh, not that. That. It increases the damage of that. And if I remember rightly, flash speed also adds... Oh, and we get another level of this as well. Right, so now we can take these XP things off and actually put some good ones in. Yeah. It doesn't sound like... Well, yeah, it does sound like a lot of time, but it's so easy to do. Reduce mana cost for abilities? No. Strong Gust. Perform air juggle will hit enemies within 3 meters. I didn't think you could juggle with this, or it doesn't work in the same way. And these are all extras. So a lot of the good traits: increase the angle of flash speed, so that makes your flash even bigger. Increase the maximum number of blossoms. I don't know why I'm looking at all of these. I can't equip them to my trait slots at the beginning. What can we put on there? Let's have a look. Increase damage of blossoms when it blooms. This is the one that we want. So let's try this. Sliding the... That is cool. Sliding the katana on another weapon will cause all blossoms to bloom, but with reduced damage. That's very cool as well, but we don't... I don't... Ooh, hang on. There's 3, which means if we put all 3 on... Blooms by... Oh, it increases. Damage blossom when it blooms by 10%. Ooh, that might be just as good to put on then. Increase damage of blossoms when it blooms by 25%. No, I think the other one would be better. So let's go... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can alter weeb. No, he's only going to take 1 hit. Right. So another thing that I don't think I've ever covered in this. There is a challenge leaderboard. Oh, look at Grison. Hello. Oh, I shouldn't beat his score, should I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can get that in 1 level. Because there's blood magic. Oh, God. Yeah, I might have a look at that later. I usually find a good scoring, and yeah, well done, Grison. Excellent work. So if you are after a little bit of a challenge, these are great, and these are actually I think these are weekly? Again, I try not to do challenges or leaderboards or bits and pieces like that until I have absolutely everything leveled up to top. But these are... Yeah, I think they're weekly, aren't they? They're not daily. Oh, good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Maybe this is Beanie's alter ego as well, and you're beating him. So, but as Grison will tell you, the way to score well in these leaderboards is usually completely different than the timing side of things, the one thing that I would say is I can look at this and I can go, yeah, we can do something about that score, providing, of course, we have Devil's Trigger, which we do. Oh dear. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to. Grison can have his spot. So that isn't what I was going to show you anyway. But there are challenges, and these change weekly, and you can set up, you basically get given a set loadout and set blessings to play with and see how you do with it. This is a great way to find some of the little combos and little bits and pieces. It was playing this that allowed me to find out that you could like hover 4 things with each fucking hand and then do the whole lawnmower-y thing with swords. It was the challenge mode that I found that you could do that, and it was fucking amazing. So what I was going to show you though is if you go into the tutorial and you go, which one is it? This one here. You can pick a level, any of the levels that you like, and then you can go and practice there. And not only can you practice there, but if you want to try specific things and specific builds, this is the place to do it. So this is where we shall go for me to piss around with the katana. Surprised no one's picked up on that, as you've been calling it a katana all night. It should be a katana. Right. Oh, I also, the same guys that did that Shogun's Empire that I've been banging on about, they also did the Warplanes series, which are really good games, and they were kind enough to send me a key for the modern Warplanes game. So not the, I've got the World War II one already, and I never liked the look of the World War One. I haven't been a fan of aviation in the World War One era. I don't like biplanes, unless it was. Although I have found out that you can play that 2-player, and one person does the fly and the other one does the gunning in the little back seat. That would be cool as fuck if I'm right on that. Anyway, but I don't like biplanes and that era of aviation. I want proper flight in like World War II, and not so much modern day. But they sent me a copy of that and I was playing it, and I completely forgot that you not only get a full kind of flight simmy kind of game, but you also get a helicopter. You get helicopters as well. The game's still in early access. There's like 6 different planes, 6 different helicopters. But being able to like relive your fucking Airwolf days. All I was doing whilst I was playing the helicopter mode was coming up over hills and going back down and swooping between buildings and then crashing into them because I'm shit on the helicopter at the moment. It was great, just like Airwolf. Just like Airwolf. Anyway, so when you are here in the basically training area, you can set up things as you like. You can set a maximum number of 20 enemies. They don't all appear on screen. They come in groups of 5. You can also increase their difficulty, which just makes them harder hitting and have more health. You can choose what comes in or what doesn't come in, so you can practice against specific ones that you are maybe struggling with. You can also put static enemies on, which basically means that they all stand still, and then you can also change what kind of enemies you come up with. Thank you, devs, for putting this feature in. It helped me get a lot of my tips in 30 ticks videos done, and I could get decent footage. So, but we'll leave it as let's put some on. Let's put all of those up. It is a bit of a chore sometimes to get them to go up to 100, and the what little OCD I have in it insists that I put them all on 100. There we go. And we will, let's select all so they're all coming, and then you can get the other thing as well, as you can get to know the names of the enemies by fighting them live as well, and that's always useful. Let's we don't want to make them kick my ass too much. Let's put them on 50 because I'm here to test. Actually, hang on, no, it doesn't matter. They're static, so static enemies means that they'll all stand still for, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I have got it. Good. So they'll all stand still for me. There's one other thing that we can do as well, but let's just try this. So if we go... Hang on, I'm holding the button. Ooh. Lovely. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Any other game that you can do that, even in VR? Fucking carve up a lady spider, chop her up and add a load of blossom effects, flip back, sheath the sword, and she explodes in a welter of gore whilst you're flipping away upside down. Not in anything else. Does it apply the... I think it applies the effect if I go... No, it doesn't. Oh. Yes! This is why I wanted to get it up to top level, because it's important that when you sheathe the sword, they die. Very important. Any weeb will tell you. Any weeb will tell you that. Now, can we... So if we went... 1, 2... So you do fly up, but it hasn't got the... It's got the lift, but it hasn't got the lift that... Okay, it does have the lift when you get there somewhere. So it has some of the features of the sword. The sword, of course, when you do that, you follow it up as well. And that's something that I love that the sword can do. But if you can do it, you can kind of do it manually. But yeah. Amoe wa mu shinderu. Damn it! Shouldn't. I think they disappeared. It's just so good. It's so good. None of this as well. Most effective way to use the sword in Hellsinger. I mean, it's still reasonably effective in this. That's satisfying. That makes me want to get into the melee combat of this game finally, because that is exactly what I want. I can do some great looking videos with that, I think. Now, just got to do it with multiple. It's a shame that that effect doesn't do the same. There's one other thing that you can do in this mode as well. Hellsinger. Weeb dreams complete. Next I've got to find out where you can put them. Oh, it isn't tied to limbs, it's anywhere. Fuck you guys. Never again. Never again shall you have your way with me. That's why you got to make sure you do. See if we can put multiple on. That's what I want. I want to be able to. Right? Do they disappear? Because if I can put a load on him, because you know they're all static at the moment, so You can only put one on him. Can we layer him with additional? Yes, we can. Good stuff. So you've got some, and you've got some. Ah, no, they disappear eventually. That's annoying. I do like this as well. If you hold the trigger down, when you draw the sword, you get these, like, whirling blade things around. So, what can you do with the Katana 101? You can have the mightiest pimp cane ever going. Although there's not a second hand for it, but I suppose it doesn't need to. And it's fully working as well. That's quite good that they count as homing. They count as bounce bullets because they're on their side. As they should. Is that because of me? Yeah, it is, because I'm holding them on their side. Awesome. So yeah, this is the other effect of the Katana scabbard, is that you can put all sorts onto it. There you go, Kim. There's our nuggy nutter. Nice big long weapon. Ooh, that's the point. Does it get the blossom effect? It does. Why does it stick though? How would I get that to explode? Ah, brilliant. And yeah, for those of you wondering as well with the Katana, the way that I am making the bow, just pretend that these are two of the same blade, is if you pick up both blades, the one in your offhand, your left hand, because it seems to work this way best for me, double tap trigger. You can twirl it with the extensions. Double tap it so that you have got it facing down, and then what you want to do is you want to line this, see that, this bit here? Oh, fuck off. You want to line this bit here with this bit here. And if you've got two of the same katana, because it'll work with two big katanas as well, not the katana slash wakizashi, is in that circumstance. So from here, double tap trigger whilst holding. That puts it in the reverse grip. I think that's on by default now. And so then you want to line up these bottom bits with the appropriate metal bits, and then all you do when you've got those lined up, be they on top of each other, in front, next to, or whatever, it doesn't matter which way you have them, let go with this hand and you'll create yourself the bow. Great if I could hit stuff. Why are you... Oh, it's putting the blossoms on. How do I... Come back here. How do I make the blossoms go... Yeah, you fucking... Alright. Oh, hang on. Ah. If that works. So, there's something that I didn't realise. Don't think it's a maximum level thing. Yes. Yeah, I saw that. I should have shown that off a minute ago. I didn't realise, though, that bow hits put blossoms onto enemies. That's special, but I don't know how I would trigger them. Ah. That's what that does. Interesting, interesting. Did I just see... That's quite cool. It's nice that you can do the reverse grip. Doesn't have any reason to do the reverse grip. As I said, my only complaint is that the bow, the arrow is loaded from the wrong side of the bow, but that's subjective. There are archers that speed arch leading on this side, and the actual bow does the proper side. This one just does... It's not the wrong side, it's just a different side. In Dungeons of Eternity, you can load on both sides of the bow, and both techniques are valid. If you like holding the bow vertically like I do, you can then slightly cant it this way and fire from that side, or slightly cant it this way and fire from that side. That's the traditional side. The other side is not. Right, let's see what we can do. So if I go 1, 2, 3... Got to hit him, though. No, you've got a cage on you. And then if I go... Okay, it does have to hit. Oh. Okay, I got my new favourite weapon. So that's even better if you ask me. So I can mark my target. Hold trigger, fire one of those, and then all the blossoms explode. So that's how you do it. Fucking great. And it's not said anywhere. Right, so one of the other things I should note as well, if you go into your loadout on any weapon, press on it, go to inspect, this here tells you all those little things that the weapon can do. Like, I know, because this is how I know that it can do loads, but it says here, draw the katana by grabbing the handle, trigger, then pulling your hands apart, slashing the katana applies blossom on the target. Two-handed attacks will hit 2 additional targets. Oh, interesting, okay. To sheathe the katana, bring it close to the opening of the scabbard and press trigger. I find holding trigger is a lot more consistent on either the sword or the scabbard. Sheathing will all the way will cause all blossoms to bloom, dealing massive damage. Hold trigger and charge either the scabbard or the katana. Once charged, draw the katana to perform flash speed, which is drawing in the windy like blade effects. Hold trigger on an empty scabbard, we recall the katana, so you can chuck the katana and call it back to you. At second mastery, so when you've got the katana to level 2, this is one thing to note as well, because I have got mine to rank 10. I can't remember what rank it is that gets it, but actually I can probably tell you. Hang on. Increase the number of blossoms. This is why I was waiting until I got it to top level, because I wanted the number of blossoms to maximum. I don't know which one it is. So basically one of these levels will allow your katana to start off at level 2 mastery, so you'll basically be able to do all of the things that it's showing you straight out of the gates without any sort of thing. So that's how I knew to put it on there. And then it was here that I found about the bow and arrow side of things. It does actually say as well, look at this, read the RTFC, read the fucking card. It's a board game expression, but normal arrows will apply blossom to a target, whilst charged arrows will cause all blossoms on the target to bloom. Such a fucking great feature that is. It's really, really good. So, what else can we do? I need to kill all the enemies here first. So, the only bind with this mode is there isn't, last time I checked, there isn't a way. Thank you, Vaughn. Not all that many. I think the katana's available to everybody. You just need to spend the souls on it to unlock it. So, because it'll be in the stone hand. But the thing is, I wouldn't go for the katana straight away. I would concentrate on the weapons that you've got that you are using the most at the moment. 8,000? Fucking hell, that's a lot of souls. I'll get you it. I can get you 8,000 souls very quickly. Possibly. A couple of runs. Well, maybe a few runs. But yeah. You want to still concentrate on unlocking the weapons that you're going to use. Where are the enemies? Is there one of them outside? Tell me where the enemies are. It's not you. Oh. That's a thing that the bug's useful for. Hold trigger. Pull out to one side. Look at this for seamless gesture based as well. And if you ever can't find the last enemy or you're looking for enemies in a level, it'll tell you exactly where they are. Get down from there, you fucking idiot. Yeah, that's right. Should be the last one. And when this hanging sword comes back, you go back to this one. But yeah, I would highly recommend leveling your blood magic up, because then that will just pave the way to you being able to complete very hard challenges and very hard levels as easily as I do. And yeah, I'm just doing that. Summon down, summon down. Once you have got, I'll explain the importance of that now. Actually, let's go back to the hall. For those of you, this is for those of you who are like, hang on, blood magic doesn't work that way. Oh, yes, it does. Ah, yes, it does. So, normally, don't know if he actually drops them or not. Let's have a look. Never tested this. Excuse me. He does. Blood crystals. This is usually how you do blood magic. These that you see on the ground, you have to pick up. You then hold trigger to create the blood crystal into a blood ball. That blood ball you can then use as magic. You would need... Oh, just blow up, would you? Oh, just blow up, would you? Okay. You would need... Oh, get out of the way, would you? You would need 2 of these to then be able to smush and fire an evil host. And that is, it's worthwhile taking the time to do when you first get blood magic. But now that they've added a trait, you never need to do that anymore. You can get the trait at any time. I haven't... Oh no, wrong one. Idiot. Why is that there? Interesting. It's a visual bug, I think. Blood magic, blood magic, blood magic... So you need to go on to blood magic. When you have the trait slot and when you get, and it's on the available traits, I think, if memory serves, you have to have blood magic to maximum rank before you can apply the devil's trigger. Whilst Unholy is equipped, blood magic can be equipped in a loadout. Mana cost is increased by 40%. So I've just shown you the process to get a blood ball, and unless you have Devil's Trigger, that's the only way that you can do it. If you have Devil's Trigger on blood magic, and that's what this little chain link means, it means that you are doing something within your loadout to allow you to equip it. Once you've put blood magic on, and you'll see that I have it in the downward position, I can then summon blood magic, which is ridiculously overpowered. The one thing that kept blood magic in check was that it was such a pain in the arse, because you had to do this and slam a body and then pull, you had to slam 2 to get what is arguably the most powerful thing in the game out, and then you had to pick this up and you had to find the other one, and you've got to do this whilst under combat conditions as well, and then you had to do all of that just to get one. Now the other thing to note as well is you can, because I know you like lightning, you can, this is for K2, you can combine lightning with blood magic, and one of the things that blood magic has that again is very special to it is each one of the blood hosts is affected by the element that it is being used on it differently. For instance, that is the electrical blood host, and those balls, you summon 2 of them at a time as well, those balls will literally jump across the enemy and attack each and every enemy and destroy them. And that one is that, and that, when you are first getting into blood magic, is the one that you should use the most. It doesn't dismember enemies, but what it does do is it shocks them and stun locks them, which then means that nothing can touch you. So when you first get blood magic, blood, lightning, fire, and that's the one you use. This one is arguably a lot better for your score and is probably more powerful, but you can still be killed whilst that's operating in the area because it moves slowly. There is also a fire one. That one is very powerful and just fires this kind of like uni beam at everything and burns it, but I don't use that because although it kills things quite quickly, it's not, it doesn't do any other effects on them. It doesn't like stun lock them or anything along those lines. 800 souls, I can get you that in one run. What are you talking about? get you probably double that in one run. And then the ice one is just like an ice blood ball which fires icicles. So blood magic is the only magic that actually does that. Every other magic, if you... Well, no, that's not true, is it? Every other magic, if you combine them, you get a new kind of magic. But that new magic has only got its specialty. Yeah, I suppose... I don't know, it feels like blood magic has got lots of variety to it, whereas the other magics spawn magics off of them. When you combine, say, lightning with fire, you get haze magic. And when you combined ice with volt, you get... charge magic, was it? Can't remember. But... And the problem with that is... all of those different magics you have to level up individually, whereas with blood magic, if you are leveling up blood magic, it affects all the variants of blood magic. Whereas, for instance, if you are combining magic, say fire and ice, you will only get... is it laser magic with that one? Can't remember now. It's been a while since I've used all of these, because I stick with what I know. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Are they on here? No. All skills. There we go. Heck, yeah, it is laser magic. So, combining fire and ice gives you laser magic. This is actually a very cool ability. One of my favourites is... oh, I need to put ice on. I can't be bothered. But it's really good. Firing basically the equivalent of Krillin's hypno discs are, yeah, fucking great. Fucking great. So, yeah, katana-wise, there was some other things I did want to try. Can we put the staff on it? Staff is a no. I mean, I wasn't expecting the staff to go on it. That would be a bit... oh, fuck! Excellent. And now I've got what? What is that? A fucking kind of missile launcher? Hey, Wakazashi, get out of here! Magic staff. Now you're talking. Yeah, that's one sorted then. Oh, there's got to be more to it than that. Doesn't look very impressive. I wonder if they're really damaging though. It is still charging though. Why is it charging? Oh, fuck. That might just open up some possibilities. Hang on. So this is how you normally use the magic staff. Again, praise be to the developers. The magic staff, you can combine all the different magics, and then you get all sorts. I just replaced electric, Von. Can't do electric, no. Why are you all the way over there? Oh. Ah. Okay. Didn't realise there was a second grab point. That might be because I've added the Wakazashi on there. Down. Oh. So that's why I probably didn't pick this up the first time. The attach point is really low down. Where is it? Just below the handle? Yeah. So I put it up there previously. Brilliant. Look at that. There you go, Von. Finally, I've been telling you for a long time now how two staffs is really good, but what's better than two staffs? What could it be? What could be better than two staffs working in tandem? He's gonna do the thing! Look, he's gonna do the thing! Where's the other one? Oh, I haven't got that many I can't have that many staffs because I haven't got the thing on. But you can. you would be able to. So there you go. There's Von's loadout with 1 extra staff. I do love those as well. That absolutely canes your mana, I might add. And each time I'm firing, it's changing the spells. Or is it? Oh, yeah, it's changing with the fireball ones, because the fireball ones have different spells. With the... I do like that with the blood magic. It just throws out some fucking skulls on the end of tentacles. But yeah, there you go. There's your loadout, Von. And then you can quickly slide out the Wakizashi for the quick stab if fucking 3 staffs is not enough for you. But so yeah, I just haven't put the ability on, but you can put the ability on so that you can summon the full 4 staffs. You could even have actually. Oh, look at that! What a fucking knife! Oh no! Oh, the dream's over. The only problem with that is it takes fucking ages to make, but yeah, it's going to be fucking powerful because you're going to be able to combine all of your favorite magics and then potentially times them by 4, or combine all of your favorite magics and have all different ones working at the same time. So, but yeah, it kills your mana. Kills your mana. Right, what else? I did try to put Pride's Katana on, thinking, like, nuggy nut of this, but it didn't work. Because I don't think... Oh, it does! I mean, I swear that wasn't there before. Look, we've got proper fucking spears now. That's a fucking nuggy nutter. Nuggy nutter. Look at that. And then that has the length that you want. And you could. Oh. I have one. Yes! Look at the size of it! It doesn't even spin right unless I'm airborne. Oops. Fucking look at that. There's a party and everyone's invited. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What else? What else? What else? Right? Surely you can't put the butcher's blade on. That looks stupid. Fucking yes. Again, one of the problems that you will never get out of the enemy weaponry that you can get by equipping the unholy skill is reach. And now you just have a 40-foot fucking death arc at all times. You can use it one-handed. We should be able to use it special as well. Special on this one doesn't... Is that working? No. Two-handed. No. So you don't get the... Basically, this one's not a great effect, but when you hold down the trigger with it, the blade doesn't actually do anything, but when you hit down, it slams. It does a slam effect. Which, yeah, does a bit of an area effect. That's cool as fuck. I tried some of these, and I was like, oh, that's not working. Oh, that's not working. Oh, this would be stupid, won't it? Let's put some bullets on the end of it, shall we? That won't work. Why would that work? No. It's part of the reason why I got a lot of time for mixed realms. Who fucking does this? Who fucking goes to the trouble of making sure that all of the weapons, or the vast majority of the weapons, are attached to the scabbard of the brand new weapon that's coming out when we should be concentrating on the new weapon? Fucking great. The geeks just like me. This is the sort of shit that I spend attention and time doing. Brilliant. What else? Uzi? Yeah? I mean, that's an easy one, isn't it? Ooh, hang on. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's got it now. I mean, this is one of the newer weapons, so it wouldn't surprise me. But after what we've just seen, I want to try fucking everywhere. Oh, it doesn't look like there's an attach point. To be fair, as I said, the Tempest is one of the newer ones. I assume this goes on. This is fucking stupid. Where would it go? There? No? There? No? Ooh, I wonder, actually. Oh, no, you can't. I don't know why I'm saying that. Ah, it goes on the trigger. Oh, actually, maybe that's what I was doing wrong with the... What an idiot. Why didn't I try fucking put it on with the trigger? Where the trigger guard is. Let's try it again. Yeah, the stuff is newer. The Tempest is a port, technically. They probably already had a lot of the weapon modelling and design and bits and pieces done, which is why it probably doesn't go on. Damn. Still got a hitbox. Ah! Success! It just goes on there. And look at that as well. The sword wants to return, but it's not allowed, so it orbits the scabbard. Actually, hang on. How come... Hang on. If I do both... There you go. It won't try and return now that both... So if it's got its hole, it'll try and return. But yeah, the only problem with these is you have to manually reload them, which then doesn't suit the Tempest because you can't manually reload it. How do I grip it with both? But yeah, there's your weapon. Look at that. Fucking geeks at Mix Rounds. They really are. Well done. Outstanding work. Shotgun. That's an obvious choice, isn't it? Probably go there. There we go. So yeah, there's me thinking, you wouldn't put them on the triggers. They would equip further along. That's actually quite effective. What am I not having to do? I'm not having to pump. Seems like it's got more of a spread as well. Fucking brilliant. So anything that I'm doing at one end, I can double up on. What else we got here? Well, that'd be just stupid, wouldn't it? You can't put a bow on the end of a katana. Why? Why, Mixed House? Fucking brilliant. Look at that. Oh, fucking monster. Oh, it does both! All shall suffer me and despair. For I can now fire, finally, I can fire two bows at the same time. Oh, they've even put the grapple on it. Geekgasm indeed. And yeah, if you use them properly, you can fire one and the other fires. And then you can put the dual mode on, and then if you hold it that way, it does it for you. Fucking great. Who puts bow? Okay, well, we've got to test something else now then, haven't we? Yeah. I only need to do one, don't I? I assume this will work if that works. Yeehaw. I don't know if anything's been yeehaw worthy yet, K2. You have to be pretty special. I mean, yeah, it's all been pretty special so far. Where's that going to go then? There? Is this maybe one step beyond? I have no... Why? Why does the bow even go on? Can't be dicking around now trying to find out what else fits. I don't think that does. Ah, well, we can't have everything, can we? I was just happy that the Nadachi goes onto the scabbard. That's fucking great. Because, like, it is something that's come into Dungeons of Eternity. I think you'll have seen the interviews with Burnt Pan. That spears has been asked for a long time. We've already got them now. That's fucking great. What else? Gotta be other things. Gotta be other things. Ah, let me put the dog. Let me put the dog on the scabbard. Why not? Actually, that is a good point. My toy. My toy. Okay, I didn't expect that to really go on, if I'm honest, but yeah, I don't think... But you're not gonna... see, he could do something really fucking impressive with that. And we can also give him the katana. Look at that! Fucking sick! Where's my bow katana? Fucking nightmare fuel that is, isn't it? Right, hang on. Let me go. That nope. So if I was to do, that's the sword. You missed it, you idiot. Oh, look at that. What better weapon? What better weapon for Doggo than fucking dual... Oh, actually, no, there's one better, isn't there? One better. It's like, it worries... It's part of the reason why... Again, to take a drink, everyone, Hellsinger worries me. Is look how easy it is for me to put complex weaponry combinations together in, I'd say, quite quick order, put them all together, summon them, get them, and then give them to Doggo. And they can't even get that right in Hellsinger. It's like, hold this and then move your hand, and then sometimes it'll select it and other times not. And if not, you have to tap right thumbstick. It's a fucking nightmare. Absolute pain in the ass. Give me that. Yeah. Right, what else? Oh, look at you! Are you all of a sudden interested? You are, aren't you? All of a sudden interested. Oh, well, that'll be stupid, won't it? Doesn't like the broom. Right. Yeah. That goes there. Get that out of the way. I've got to try now, because every time I'm like, yeah, why would you be able to equip the broom to a fucking scabbard? Why would you do that? Why would you even fucking do that? And every time I've said that, it's been like, because... Oh, I thought I was going in then. Because geekdom. No, so I don't think the broom works, but again, some things have not got to go on the scabbard, really, have they? Let's just make sure, though, because last time it was like there. Or there. Nope. So, nope, sorry, broom. I'm well impressed that the staff went on there. That's brilliant. Oh, this will be stupid. I mean, like, has anybody seen this much weaponry in a game that's actually unique and does stuff? The fucking scythe. Go on. Oh. It's a question of why not. Look at that. There was me thinking that I might have had a decent killing radius with I can reach the floor from up here! Oh, this changes things, chat. This really changes things. I can still fire the shit as well. To me, my sword. That's so cool. Like the fucking... like the scythe isn't long enough already. And now we just got... Oh, look at that. Is it effective in combat? Who fucking cares? Eat scythe. Oh, hang on. I got him. I fucking got him. I'm not surprised. This can... God, I could hit you lot wherever you are in the world from here. Oh, just a little short. Bam. Nobody expects the Grim Reaper. So good. Very envious of that scythe. Better try it. Don't think this one will really work or be anything of note. Oh, actually, having said that, look at that. It's a little variation on the old crescent moon staff, but do you want this? Yeah. Stupid dog. What else we got? I think that's our lot, you know. And then obviously you can infuse the katana with different things as well. With different magics. Doesn't have much of an effect. Oh, I haven't even tried. So what ability do we lose then? Ah, there you go. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Hang on. Done that wrong then, haven't I? Get out of the way! Give me my nightmare staff. Right, so put that back on. Oh, so good. Like, not... These things are long enough already. They really are. And did I forget about that as well. Can even do the fucking... Brilliant. It doesn't have any effect, but that does mean that we can push off with it to complete the flip. Ah, dear. Used to love using the what was it called? Kasagami? I think it was a Kasagami in Sairento. That's brilliant. What else? I mean, swords are going to be reasonably good, but it already is a sword, so obviously this goes on. Yeah, there you go. So now we've got a proper war axe. Oh, what a nice touch. Hey, touch this. Yep, that's right. Oops. Is that draining mana? No, it's not. Awesome. So that's an effect that the weapons have got when you two-hand them now, just to give them that extra little bit of range that I'm always complaining about. Like, look at the axe. I can, like, it's a switch axe, and if you switch it, you can then fire the blades, and then you can make it from a double-headed axe to a bearded axe, and just why? And these are all these like thankless little tasks that go on with good VR developers, and Mixed Realms take it to one step further, because you don't even know about half of these things, you know? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well, tickle me very impressed with the Katana. What a fucking great... It's a great weapon already, because it does all the cool stuff. You can make it into a fucking bow. It can have a wakizashi on the bottom of it, and then with both swords removed, you can turn this into whatever monstrosity that you want to create out of the vast majority of the other weapons very easily, ridiculously easily. And on that bombshell, I can't think of a better place to end it. This has been the once again spectacular Hellsweeper, with another update with even more shit for you to play around with. This has been running natively on the Quest 3. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.